sparkle bright, pouring in the liquid gold till the morning light. In the haze of green light feels so right, heavily drinking, heavenly smoking so high. In the silent whispers of the fallen ash, time stands still in this lightning flash. Glowing dreams like vines in the glow, crafting legends at the Go Variety Show. Raise your glass high, feel the bass thump. In the smoky realm, let your heart jump. Heavily drinking, heavenly smoking. Yeah, we flow in the screen utopia where the good vibes. Grow, flowers grow. Grow, flowers grow. Vibes grow.
Pour that drinking like that flame in a foggy cloud, no need for shame. Sipping slow and taking it high underneath this mango sky. Pass the bottle down the line. Smoke so sweet, it's simply divine. Laughter's echo on the breeze, moving through these coconut trees. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, living life without a token. In this garden where we'll play for the Grow Variety Show today. Today. Cool the fire, fuel your dreams. In this life, it's what it seems. A moment long in endless nights, where the vibes are always right. Spark the green, let's ease the mind, leaving all those worries behind. Hearts are light and spirits free. Come together, you and me. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, living life without a token. In this garden where we'll play for the Grow Variety Show today. Today. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, living life without a token. In this garden where we'll play for the Grow Variety Show today. Today.
Okay, it's like the green that sees the mind, leaving all those worries behind. Hearts are light and spirits free, come together, you and me, and me. Spark the green, let's ease the mind, leaving all those worries behind. Hearts are light and spirits free. Come together, you and me.
Bottle in my hand with a twist of fate. Lighten up the night, no room for hate. In the garden of green where dreams collide. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, we glide. Eyes half closed but the world feels bright. Neon lights flicker, we own the night. Sipping on courage while the smoke ascends. Grow variety show where reality bends. Pour another round, watch the shadows sway. In the haze of smoke we lose the gray. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, we know this is paradise at the Grow Variety Show. Roots run deep and the buds sparkle bright. Pour it in the liquid gold till the morning light. In the haze of green, oh right. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, so high. In the silent whispers of the falling ash. Time stands still in this lightning flash. Growing dreams like vines in the glow. Crafting legends at the Grow Variety Show. Raise your glass high, feel the bass thump. In the smoky realm, let your heart jump. Heavily drinking, heavily smoking, yeah we flow in this green utopia where the good vibes grow.
Oh man. There we go. I wasn't prepared for that one. Still setting up, but we'll go with it. How y'all doing out there, fellow Cannabisians? No intro. Where is my chat? Okay. There we go. I hope everybody's hearing everything. How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Wild Bill? Yeah, where's my chat? Okay. There we go. Now I hope that does better. How y'all doing out there this morning? Okay. That hurt my feelings. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right. Welcome to another Sauced Up Sunday. Got some stuff for you. Yeah, I'll crank the music up a little bit more. Yeah, my bad. I was about to do some more stuff, but oh well. We'll go on with it. Got my J's together. Got my gloves. Got my heater going, actually. Let's see. I actually wrote my stuff down today. I'm not going to slip up today. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to check out a couple cannabis farms. This was something to put a smile on my face. The Virginia governor, apparently he's been at a battle trying to shoot down legal cannabis, recreational cannabis coming to Virginia. Virginia has a 4-plant count limit, and they allow home growers to pretty much, as long as it's concealed and away from people, especially under 21, they'll leave you alone. So this has been about the third time they've tried to pass a bill allowing for recreational cannabis sales in Virginia, and the governor keeps repeating that he's not with that. He doesn't want to deal with any of the contaminations and regulations that come with legal cannabis. So I was like, oh, somebody's fighting for us, home grower rights. Yes, I got a speech with, I believe it's Dr. Bruce Bugsby, and this grub, yeah, no, that's fine. I should have ate before I did this. And oh yes, Dr. Bruce Busby, and I believe this We the Growers is the podcast, and he is basically explaining your grow light versus the sun, and I guess things you can do to maximize the most out of your light, because the sun is the most powerful light bulb, and your light, you know, of course, is not that. Sorry, I'm trying to get this beer open real quick. There we go. Throw this in the collection for later. And so I guess different conditions, you know, extra mylar, I'm hearing people doing underneath lighting to kind of mimic the sun as much as possible. I know you're not going to be able to do that with something you plug in, but I think it's worth a shot. I got some cannabis trivia as well. I think we can all join in on this one. This was like the better one I see versus the questions being up there and the answers right below. This is actually something like multiple choice. You got to punch it in and it goes to the next question. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I hope everybody's doing all right. Might have said that. But I'm definitely in a good mood. I was enjoying myself last night. I was watching Friday, and it's been long enough. I pretty much, when it first came out, I can remember when it was in the theater. I wore it out. That was like the stoner movie to watch for like the next 5 years. And I guess more so now, I've seen Friday After Next, like the third one, more than anything, which I think is just a buffoon show. But I forgot how great the first Friday was. DJ Pooh really did a good job of writing that. And I think they got just the right amount of actors, so I was enjoying the hell out of that. That might be my favorite stoner movie. I don't, yeah, what's your favorite stoner movie? Like no, I think mine is actually this movie called The Stoned Age. It's about these two kids in Venice Beach, California, and they're basically hanging out on a Friday night trying to get drunk and laid. That's pretty much the premise of it, and it is one of the funniest movies and well-detailed movies I've seen as far as stoner movies go. But Friday, yeah, that would probably be my number 2. AC Infinity. Dang, nice. 170 grams of plant. So what is that? My math is off. What's 156 a QP? No. I'm sorry about that. That's not. So 28 times. Oh, divided. I should divide this one. 56. What's that? 112. Like 5 ounces. Okay. okay, cool. But dang, that's great. I'll struggle to get that outdoors at times, depending on the genetics. OP. It seems like it. Hold on, let me just make sure y'all are hearing the music. Because I know there's a difference sometimes when I go live, like I say. Okay, cool. Is that better? Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this week so far. I just started a new job, like 10-hour shifts, and but having that Friday off was very nice. It's like my second week there. So I'm still trying to get it together. That's kind of the main reason I picked to go live on Sundays, is I figured no matter what, that working wouldn't interfere with doing this, especially at this time. And that 2x2, jeez. 2x2x4. Yeah, see, wow. That's what I'm struggling to get to now. I just got my, I guess, moisture level for the soil and humidity levels correct, now the plants are actually starting to grow. This one, it's like a year old pretty much at this point, and it's just starting to grow like a normal plant. I don't know what the hell was wrong with it. It was the pineapple tie I had. I brought it out in like May outdoors of this season, and it was pretty much only like this tall. The whole season went by, like I guess before flowering starts, so like the end of July, I basically took it indoors, just was pretty much just staying alive, I guess, and now it's actually starting to grow past that point. So I don't know what the hell was going on with it. I don't know if it was not acclimating to the soil, it had some kind of virus or something and it grew out of it. But it took a lot of BioLive and lactobacillus and brown rice vinegar, and I think the like Gettin from the BioLive. Stimulating the plant's natural defenses also really helped inoculating the soil. And I think really it just was didn't have a lot of life in it. Now the life is up in there. The cover crops seem to be growing a little bit more because the cover crop was outgrowing the plants. Now the plants are outgrowing the cover crop. Excuse me. But like I said, yeah, I've documented it. Documented the plants, and like I took pictures took video of it in its horrible state. And I'm gonna take some video after this of it kind of rehabbing itself, the steps I took to get it there. And hopefully I can get to the 170 grams. A root issue, I was thinking that it could have been like what's some things, grub worms, or that's really the only one I know of. I know there's a few more, I just can't think of them off the top of the head. I know larvae like to attack roots. I'm not sure exactly which ones, but it could have been that because it's outdoors. I am still dealing with a bunch of nature. Oh, there's been a few times like what I was doing was basically having a 5-gallon bucket of dirt and taking it back and forth, inside and out, inside and out. And this is like probably 2 years ago, and ants got in it and I didn't know. So it had frozen up outside. When I was ready to use it, like to transplant some clones and grow them indoors, I grabbed that bucket and let it, thaw out for a day or two. Then I started noticing after I transplanted, this trail of ants was coming in. Sure enough, I took the plant out, put it in some new soil. When I dumped the bucket out, it was like literally a colony there. It was so many eggs. It was like somebody dumped half a bag of rice inside the dirt. So I was like, yeah, I can't be doing that. Whatever's outside is outside, and whatever's inside is inside. So, but I thought of something like that. Realistically, I've been using the same soil for about 5 years, and even though you can do that, you're supposed to do that in more than a 5-gallon bucket, and maybe I didn't recharge the soil as well as I thought I did, or maybe it wasn't as much microbial life as I thought. It's definitely a me issue, but I had thought something like that. Maybe something was eating at the roots or whatever, but now just really within the past 3 weeks, the plant has started to grow. Like I'm actually at the point where I can take some clones that are about, say, like that long, maybe longer. I'm just trying to remember. When I look back, I was like, oh man, you're growing. Yes. Let me get some clones of you before you die again, or go into your little, I don't know, mesothelioma sickness, so I can at least experience what the genetics taste like. And I noticed this was the first time since when I initially transplanted it outdoors that the you could really smell like that fruity tropical fruit in it. It smelled good, just the stem rub or whatever, or like squeezing a branch to bend it, super crop it. Sparking up dirty slurry again. Yeah, with Cap John. Yeah, I love mixing strains together. Nice. Yeah, this seems like a good day for it. Where I'm at, it's raining. Well, I guess it's gonna go between rain and snow. But this is definitely a lazy day. I was struggling to get up. I went to bed so late, I was kind of in the zone, videotaping things, recording videos and such. Here we go. Yeah, recording videos and such. And I guess I ain't go to bed till like 1:30, something like that, 1:40. And you know how you wake up and you hope that it's earlier than it actually is so you can sleep a little bit more. But yeah, as soon as I saw the sun, I got up, and yeah, it was like 8 o'clock, so I figured why not. I almost, even though I BS'd, I almost got everything I wanted done. And I see the chat is not in the stream. That's something I tried to do, but it didn't work out for me. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have worked out. There we go. Okay. I can see all of y'all. Okay, I can see you, but I can't. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Now you can all see yourself. That was the whole point. I want everybody in the chat to be able to see themselves. So let me see. Yes. No. Yeah, okay. Bang, boom. Just making sure. So let me go ahead and get into this article right quick. Let's go to right here. Yeah, let me scoot over a little bit. Actually, I don't like the chat being there. Why is that there? Oh, okay. No. Actually, I do guess I want the chat there. But at least now y'all can see yourself. I'm trying every week to get better and better and better. I know on YouTube you'll be able to see the chat replay, but now everybody can see it. Didn't go to Rumble today. I wasn't going through the complications. Yep, just went to the good old. Yes, went to the good old OBS, streaming on Kick, streaming on YouTube. Hey, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I gotta get better. I gotta make this stuff work. I gotta watch the drop frames. Yeah, just gotta get better. The game about to get hardcore. TikTok gone. Getting close to the hash. Nice. So let's go into first little article here. Let me stop BSing. Now, this is what I wanted to do first? No. Yeah, no. This isn't what I wanted to do first. I got the wrong I got the wrong crap. My bad. Where am I at? My bad. I ain't mean to do that. My bad. I didn't realize I didn't have my cell phone. And I see I'm going through complications with the video too. Yeah, I want to go on this little grow tour. Okay, cool.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for...
No, that's the Autoflower video. Wrong one. Wrong video. I want to look at some cannabis first. I think, so what is it, this one? I'm sorry, the videos are just labeled from like a download number. There we go. There we go. Now I just gotta fix the volume on the video. Sorry. Man, oh man. You think they work with me, cuz? Alright, cool bands. I gotta turn the monitor off and then monitor the output. Go from monitor and output to monitor off, back to monitor and output, so y'all can hear all of this. That's what the big confusion is. Okay. I know this has music, so let me kill mine and proceed. Oh, what's going on here? What's up with Real Player? Real Player's hurting my feelings. Yeah, Real Player's hurting my feelings here. We were about to go on a little cannabis tour. Don't hurt me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that hurt my feelings. All right, let's try this again. I don't know why my video's lagging. Okay. Well, scrap that plan. We won't go on a cannabis tour. We're going to go back into what we were just watching originally, I guess. Cool. Autoflower it is.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. This is going to be a great video because I'm sharing my top secrets for growing really big autoflowering cannabis.
So yes, as much as I don't grow autoflowers, I know most of y'all do from time to time experiment with autoflowers to have some in your arsenal, which I think is smart. Because the real space you're going to want in a flowering tent versus the veg tent. So you can kind of keep this in the veg tent if you wanted to. There's no urgency or necessity to move it into a flowering tent. But I think why I'm also, I guess, reluctant to use any autoflowers is I just didn't get good results with the ones that I've used. Now that I'm aware of better genetics, I think maybe I want to give it a try. So any little different thing I can hear to make this better, I'm cool with. Yes. Okay. Okay, it's all YouTube. All right, cool. Cool.
Cannabis plants like this one in front of us. It's got a huge stalk, maybe that big, stems all over the place. There are a ton of bud sites. These main colas are huge.
Yeah, this is impressive for autoflower because honestly, I guess it's 50-50. I hear people saying you can pretty much do anything. You could even top them if you want. And then there's other people that pretty much, as a rule of thumb, say don't put any additional stress on it. You're just going to slow down the overall growth. So to see this like lollipop and trained all the way up here is interesting for the results that he has. Totally makes sense if there's none of that bottom growth that you're going to have like double the top growth. But I'm just surprised to see this on an autoflower. I don't see people really go this hard on one. Yeah, I had one good result from an autoflower. I believe it was Dragon's Breath was the name of it, Dragon's Breath autoflower. And actually, it kind of ended up something like this one. I got maybe like 3 ounces out of it, which I was pretty happy with. That was maybe my 3rd or 4th plant I ever got to finish. So I was pretty impressed with it. I felt pretty happy with that yield. And ever since then, I've gotten kind of half of whatever this guy's gotten. From Amnesia Haze to what else did I freaking try? Yeah, even the other Dragon's Breath that I had a pack of 3 seeds. One of them got this big, and the other subsequent ones weren't even close to that. I think maybe I lost one, and maybe I took one outside and it just didn't do its thing. But Yeah, it's all timing. You're right. From what I hear the most is that I've seen people say you really front load the soil for autoflowers. You want to make sure it's got everything it needs because it's hungry right now, and that will help kind of give you the best results. It's not the same thing as a, I guess, feminized or a regular light cycle photo period plant where it's constant growth but slower growth. This is just rapid out the gate cannon growth. So it makes sense that you would want to provide like everything all at once. And that's probably your best bet since it's on basically like a 10-week timer. You can't really afford to have any lag whatsoever. Spark them if you gotta. Dang, Tech, how you doing? Cheers, cheers, cheers. We're just watching this guy's tips on autoflowers. Oh my goodness.
It's an awesome plant. This is an autoflower. You know, I hear a lot of people complain about autoflowers, and I have a lot of people ask me, how do you grow your autoflowers so big? People say autoflowers, they usually stay small very much. The bud quality is poor. All of those things are autoflowers, but they can be true for photo periods as well. Is to grow your plant. And so I've learned some secrets for growing big autoflowers like this, and I'm going to share those with you today. Be sure to hang around. I've got 3 secrets. If you stay to the end of the video, the third one is actually my top I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do it so you can get big autoflower and cannabis plants like this one here in front of us. So my first tip is to use the right nutrients. Now, there are a lot of things you can give your plant, but there are 2 things that I found to be especially helpful.
Okay.
One during the seedling stage, one during the flowering stage. I'm going to show you those real quick.
Uh-oh.
Because I brought them to the party. I use General Hydroponics. I use their line of nutrients, and these are 2 of the best things I found that really help build a strong, big autoflower. The first one is silica, their Armor C, and the second one is a bulking formula or a bloom booster. Now, silica works to develop.
Okay, so that's interesting. His plan is secret sauce is some silica base, like a silica boost. Makes sense, but I'm still figuring the what carbon-based nutrients from Nick from Rooted Leaf that we watched last week will probably do just as good, if not better. I think that's how you say that. No problem with this. I was wondering if he was going to go with an organic approach and see how he would tackle that. But yeah, there's no shame with bionutrient. Keep it simple. And he's saying this gives him those results. That grew that plant. So secret sauce. Interesting. Okay. I was wondering if you could go with a with more FPJ or Jadam liquid fertilizer approach, JLF approach.
The cell walls to strengthen the cell walls of the plant, so it creates bigger stems, stronger stems, and more stems. So you start giving silica early on, and it's going to help the stem develop. Now I have a seedling here, and you can see how delicate that stem is. They all start like this. They don't have to stay that way though. You can make them bigger. So using silica is one of my secrets. It's a great nutrient. So be sure to start giving your autoflowers silica. Look up some instructions. Just follow the instructions on your manual or follow your nutrient guidelines. Now the next one is.
So couldn't you just, when you prepare your soil, have rice hulls in it for aeration, and that would provide the silica? What, horsetail, I think, is the other big source of silica I hear from, Future Cannabis Project and a lot of organic growers. So I guess you can take that and tweak what he's saying, take the theory behind it, and then apply the method in a different way. Because that's more so what I would be thinking. Probably a like using horsetail, JLF, or FPJ or something. And when I mix the soil, besides the pumice, using rice hulls for aeration. And the main reason I'm saying rice hulls is I also have a worm bin, a vermicompost bin, and I use the rice hulls for aeration for that. Diatomaceous earth, you're right, yes. Diatomaceous earth, another one. That's big in calcium also too, silicon and calcium. Smoking monkey, okay. White owl. What's the thing? Mephisto genetics. That's another one. That's like the big one I hear about, the huge autoflowers. Yeah, okay, yeah, diatomaceous earth. You're absolutely right. I'm trying that. I think that's the only tricks I got for silica. Like using it as a cover crop and chopping it down. I guess that's about it. But I don't know realistically how big that silica gets. I imagine in my head it's like tall grass or something. So it might not be something that can be done indoors. But I'm sure if you had a patch of it, like some people have a patch of comfrey, you could pretty much by stripping it and making your nutrient mixes, you could keep it to a contained size. I'm hoping, I'm guessing. I have no idea. Fast buds. Okay, I just saw something about that yesterday, and I didn't really understand like fast flowering plants, what that really meant. But that was them mixing with ruderalis. It's like a, say most of the autoflowers we get are like F8s, like the 8th generation, to kind of get it to get this product each and every time. Sounds like fast flowering is like maybe F2s, F3, something like, well, I should say F3, F4, whereas not exactly all the way sink in. It's more photo period than it is autoflower, but it does take the autoflower property of just speeding through growth, being the most efficient.
General Hydroponics Liquid Cool Bloom. This is a bloom booster. You start using this in the flowering stage, and this does a couple of things. It helps grow really big bud, first and foremost, but then it helps grow dense, hard nugs as well. So it helps your buds really develop into these strong, dense buds that we all look for. So using a bloom booster like this is a great way to develop your flowers and to make sure you get more than just those little popcorn to getting. So nutrients are important. Keep nutrients in mind. Use silica, use a bloom booster. Those are going to help a lot. Let's move on to my next secret. My next secret is simply mastering the seedling stage.
Mastering seedling stage?
It's really hard. Don't get me wrong. Seedling stage can last for 2 weeks, and it's really hard to get right. Everybody messes up sometime, but if you can master this stage, you're going to get explosive growth during the vegetative stage.
Mm-hmm.
The seedling stage is all about root development. The plant is developing a root system that is going to be the base for growing your plant afterwards. So if you can develop a really strong root system in your seedlings and master the seedling stage, you're going to get really explosive growth once it switches to and then into the flowering stage as well. The biggest advice I can give you in terms of mastering the seedling stage: don't overwater your plant. Everybody overwaters.
Okay, I don't understand what he means by mastering the seedling stage. Okay, I get the don't overwater. That's very true. And I think I'm more so underwater because I know you're not supposed to overwater. So I think that's more so my problem. But to me, once you kind of pop the seed and have it in whatever medium that it's in, a peat pod, a small little 1-inch tray or 2-inch tray or whatever, a rockwool cube, they're kind of good to go for the most part. Then I guess trying to get it from the transition of when it first gets its little leaf parts coming out to actually go from there. So I don't know if he's still talking about that or...
Waters. I do it all the time. But if you do that, it's going to set your plant back by days, sometimes a
Okay.
week. And autoflowers, they switch to flowering stage automatically. And sometimes they turn to flowering as soon as 3 to 4 weeks old. And so whenever it turns to flowering, it switches to flowering. Whatever you have, that's what you're going to get. So if you have still a little seedling of a plant,
I think
you're
like
going to have a
9
foreign
weeks.
plant with one
9
bud on
weeks
it.
for the octane haze.
That's just the nature of autoflowers. But if you can get it right, they're going to explode in growth, and you're going to have a big plant like my Godzilla cookies. So master the seedling stage. It takes a lot of practice.
Okay, so that was Godzilla cookies. Jesus Christ. Okay. I must say that that name kind of seems appropriate from what I'm seeing at the end result. So I don't know where the cookies part comes in, I guess, flavor wise, but the Godzilla, yeah, I do see the Godzilla part. It's Godzilla. Whoa, 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 whoa. For the octane haze, holy crap, not the original haze stuff. Oh no, I thought I had advanced. I thought I was done. Okay, I gotta go back to the drawing board. At least for me, probably the last 5 octane haze seeds that I had, it was around like 8 to 9 weeks. This year was the longest that it's taken for me to grow in quite some time. And that was like 10 weeks outdoors. It was really like more 9 weeks a little bit later. Not all of it was necessarily coloring. Some of the taller stuff was still waiting. The stuff getting the most light was still waiting, but the underneath stuff was pretty much ready first. And that was like 10 weeks, and that was the longest. It's usually about 9 weeks. Wow, hold on, 12 weeks and 4 more to go. Is that not the heavenly haze? Hopefully, please tell me that's what it is. The original haze and octane haze one, not just the straight up octane haze. Rams. Oh, cool. Nice. All right. Oh, what a great reason. I hope you're enjoying yourself, Ram. Yeah, we're just learning some tips on autoflowers and finding out that I'm not as accurate with my breeding stats as I thought. No. Oh no. Ah, just when you think you on top. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, sheesh. Okay. Well, no, thank you. That's the reason that I kind of gave the stuff out to test it a little more. I don't get the pheno hunt as much as I guess I want to because I'm so eager to try some stuff that some known traits versus experiment for my limited time and I guess space as well. But damn, I'm sorry, y'all. I just had a smile on my face with the octane haze. I knew that stuff was like some 10-week stuff. I was happy, confident, sure. No doubt in my mind. Inconceivable. And damn, that hurt my feelings. So 16 weeks, that's like some land race stuff. So I went backwards. I didn't go forward. Oh goodness. Brutal. Oh, next run. Yay. All right. Let's finish listening to these tips and I'm going to come up with a plan. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay.
Practice.
Sorry.
Depending on your medium you're using, the watering rates are going to be different. So I can't give firm advice on that. It's going to depend on if you use soil, quar, hydro, you name it. But master your medium, master the seedling stage, master your watering, and it's going to lead to bigger plants. Isn't she cute?
Okay, there we go. Oh, that's good. Look at that. That's a before and after shot. How do y'all feel about hydroponics? 16 weeks plus. I mean, I guess we can. I don't have a problem doing that, but that does seem like quite some time. It kind of hurt my feelings that I was able to harvest half of the stuff in the garden, and then eventually it became this eyesore. When are y'all gonna be done, man? But I do believe that it seems from just anecdotal evidence, my own logic, not anything really scientifically backed up, but from what I hear of older breeders who deal with older land race genetics, like the original hazes, Oaxacans, old ties, the weed that was around in the like 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they mention a lot of times strains that they have that have gone into even 20 weeks. It's Mountain? I want to say Blue Mountain, but I could be wrong. They were on future cannabis projects, but they had a Oaxacan that took 16 weeks. No, he said 20 weeks. And he was like, it could have actually went longer, but he just cut it at 20 weeks because. So, what's AK Bean Brains is another one that talks about longer flowering genetics. And it seems to me, the point of this is that the effects that you get out of that seem to be worth it from what they're saying. They are eager to grow things that are like 14 plus weeks just for the effects. So I'm wondering, as far as terpenes and what cannabinoids and all that go, are they stronger and longer chains of whatever juices in there to alter your mind, psychoactive properties, than the shorter flowering things that you grow? And I guess what I mean by that is like the Arctic ice, the stuff that's thousands of years old versus the stuff that's like 10,000 years old. Not that it's not ice, but clearly one's stronger than the other. And I'm wondering if that's the same principle in growing. As far as cerebral effects go, the longer the plant grows, the better the effects can be. Now, not that you can't get fucked up off of something with a shorter cycle, but as far as the psychedelic and trippy effects, I think that takes a little bit longer, or it's a different type of chain to grow, chemical chain to produce. So I guess I could look at it on the bright side that way. But I honestly wanted to breed something that was 8 weeks, like have like 2 or 3 strains that were like 8 weeks. Excuse me. Eventually 4 strains that are like 8 weeks, 4 strains that are like 10 to 12 weeks, and then 4 strains that are 12 weeks to 16 weeks, if that makes sense. I guess 12 weeks plus. And the Octane Haze was not supposed to be in the 12 plus week category. That's okay though. Yeah, I do love sativa. It smells like train wreck. Wow. I can believe that. I can kind of believe that. Once I started popping seeds, I was noticing how certain ones I guess got more floral. There were some that I was pulling out that you could tell, oh yeah, like that's the OG Kush. You can definitely tell that. And then there's other ones that, oh, the strawberry haze is there. This isn't really gassy or anything. It's definitely fruity, but I'm like really trippy high. So I don't know what Trainwreck is. I think we had talked about that before. But that's good. That's really good. That's something to credit there. That's something people love. So if it's something like that, it smells something like that, that's at least a good sign. Yeah. I think that's the whole thing. Pretty much that was the problem. Everybody who's older, who grows now, who was around in the like 60s, 70s, 80s talks about is because of the war on drugs, how many things are lost. Because there are people, I guess me being one of them, who are willing to grow, 12 plus week strains. Yeah, I have no problem. I love sativas. I'll wait. And like seeing the size of that, it was undeniable that like, okay, this is worth your time. I don't know if I'm wording that correctly, but I'm trying to say if I had a plant that was like 5 feet tall and I told him I've been growing it for 12 weeks or whatever, yeah, you might want to cut it down. But seeing it double that size, it's like, yeah, I've been growing this for 12 weeks. Yo, you should grow it longer. See how big it gets. I think it's a whole different mindset. So with, I guess, legality getting better, we will start to see those strains coming back. And there is a big push for it from what I'm understanding. All the podcasts that I listen to, they talk about how people are looking for the, genetics of even the 90s, the 90s and 80s. And I forget like how old that is actually at this point. But I think because of the bottlenecking that's been happening, I'll just go with cookies, pretty much everything is on the backbone of everything after OG Kush. Yeah, it would be nice to backtrack and get out of that OG Kush, pre-OG Kush mode. That's good for a perpetual setup. Okay. Interesting. I wouldn't even have thought of it like that.
I'll sit her aside again. That's a fog dog by
my own plant.
Atlas Seed. It's an auto-flowering indica. It's 8 days old today. She's looking great. So let's move on to my last secret and my best secret for growing really big auto-flowering cannabis plants. And this one, again, there's no magic trick we're using here. You can do this on photo periods as well. On autos, you're going to have really explosive growth. You're going to have more bud sites, and you're going to have a really thick, dense canopy. And so my last secret is simply doing light, low-stress training.
Okay.
Autoflowers cannot handle a lot of stress. My eyeballs are floating. Low-stress training, it turns into high-stress training. They can't handle high-stress training. I'm not a fan of topping autos. It can be done, but I think it's too stressful. It usually keeps the plant much smaller, which is what I'm not looking for, so I don't top. But instead, I do some light, low-stress training by that. What's the light, low-stress training? I only do one thing for low-stress training. I do a tie-down. So I tie down the plant when it is maybe 3 weeks old, and I'll tie down the main stalk with some garden wire, and it'll hold it down at an angle, but then the plant will naturally start to grow back up. But what this does to the plant is that it sends the growth hormones out to all of the side stems. So then they'll grow up like the main cola. In one main cola, you're going to have a bunch of main colas like this one here. So I'll show you how that's done. I promised you that if you stuck around, I'd show you how to low stress train your plant. I'm going to demonstrate on this fog dog, even though she's too young, I think, to be doing it. You can do it here, but I wouldn't risk it. But I can demonstrate how it's done, and I think it'll be really helpful for you all. So I want to make sure you can see here. Now basically all you're going to do, The plant's stem is going to be really pliable for the first few weeks of life, even at the third or fourth week, even giving silica. So all you're going to do is just gently, very gently, bend the plant over like this, and you'll have a piece of garden wire. This is going to be in a bigger pot by this time, and I'll attach the garden wire to the side of the pot, and then I'll simply just hook it over the top of the stem, bend it down like this, and that's all I do. I don't touch it after that. Pretty simple, right? Seems too good to be true. It seems too easy, but that's all I do. I just do one tie down. I let the plant grow back up. But the plant does the magic itself. It starts distributing its auxins, its growth hormones, to all those other side stems, and you just get really explosive growth after you do this one light, low stress training technique, this tie down technique. Now, if you couple that with the other strategies that I shared today, just mastering the seedling stage and using some
You
nutrients.
keep saying master the seeding stage. That's throwing me off. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Yeah, good genetics is the main thing. I would have to say. Can't wait to try. Nice, yeah. And I noticed what did I just say? The longer it cures, you're really going to start to get some trippy effects. Did I mention the original haze now? After I guess what? Be like month 3. Is that right? No, it's 2. The can beginning of November. Yeah. So it's like the second month. How orange flavor and wet soily it is compared to, I guess, when after the first 3-week cure, I was just a very light orange, and I was getting some musky in it.
It's like silica and a bloom booster. You're going to get a monster plant. So that's how you low stress train your autoflowers when it gets to, you again, don't do it until it's 3 or 4 weeks old and then start it. But you can see here on my Godzilla cookies,
Godzilla cookie.
the main stalk is huge. I think I have a
Yeah, now
big
that is one
comparison.
thing. And the main reason, I guess y'all might know this, but the main reason you low stress train it and bend those branches down is you put I forget the name of that hormone. It starts with a P. On the top of the plant, the topical hormone that makes the plant grow straight and Christmas tree widen out at the bottom. If you tip that down and put that hormone on the same level with the rest of the branches, they will all grow as if they were just that main branch. You allow that hormone to be in contact with all the rest of the side shoots and branches. And the reason that thickens it up is also, just because it's starting to build side shoots, everybody's getting a chance at the same time versus just the main one getting all the shine and, getting where you fit in. Being the, I guess, wild natural philosophy, this is a little more structured, methodical, thought out, and especially with him lollipopping, all that growth that would be on the bottom of that is just converted straight to the top and making it all flower. So combining those two, even super cropping, pinching the actual LST parts and bending that elbow so it knuckles up, you get that little hard piece to help support branches. Yeah, combining all of that, I can kind of see how this autoflower got to that size.
But it's like the width of 3 Bics. It's huge. So
Yeah, I gotta get more in contact with that. Hold on, let me come on back to life, back to reality, back to life. And we can turn this music up a lot. There we go. Party a little better. So that was informative. There we go. Yeah, that was informative. And I said, don't like the chat. Pull this real quick. Yeah, rather the chat be there, I guess. Yeah, a little smaller. You see the green? You can't see the green. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with that. So at least y'all know y'all gonna be on the video. That was the important part. I feel I owed it to y'all to make sure that everybody saw y'all. This just isn't our private little conversation. Everybody's been on the conversation. And y'all get y'all shine. Wild Bill, Paul, Dank Tech, everybody on Kick. Everybody live and recorded. I forgot when I was seeing that. I wanted to go on a garden tour because I got my own little plans I was working on last night. Let me see. I'm trying to do a good job of this. Yeah, sorry. That's the 6 months. Well, the 6 sectors, I should say, because the last one is September through November. I just labeled that harvest. But that's my plan for outdoors this year. I figured out pretty much how I'm going to time it. And honestly, I actually figured that the Colombian and original haze would be bigger. But those are like the first plants that I took out at the time that I took them out, like the beginning of May, the middle of May, and they actually grew to seem like it. Most of the stuff I took out in June got a little, like at the most would maybe get, I'm guessing like 8 feet tall, 6 feet, could have been. I bent them over so hard that I'm not really sure the actual height. It's just a guesstimate for the most part. This was the only one I kind of let grow as high as to hell. Non-prohibition-y. And sheesh, that was a bit much. Thank goodness I didn't need a cherry pick. I am glad about that part. I am glad about that. But I'm gonna sprout everything in April. The beginning of April, I'm gonna sprout the seeds. May, I'm gonna say like May 15th. I remember having pictures of that, and that date was timestamped, where it was just a bright day, and I had transplanted all these plants out. Like I guess like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, maybe 6. I'm bad with time. My wife just told me we was married for 3 years. I was like, yeah, we've been married for like 2 years. She was like, no, it's going on 4. Oh, shoot, really? I'm bad with time. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, then June, kind of hopefully towards the end of June, that's when I'm going to take all the clones. I'm planning on going with Durban Poison, Island Sweet Skunk, the Master Kush. I'm actually growing that now. And yeah, I abused it a little bit, but it's coming back. Yeah, I told you I was having difficulties in the tent. The Master Kush was one of them, but I'm planning on getting some clones, and that's going to be the stuff that I transplant outside. I want to get like 3 or 4 of them out there. So what? Durban Poison, Island Sweet Skunk, Master Kush. I'm gonna try and do a round of the Heavenly Haze. Like I want to get like 3 out there to kind of see what it does outdoors. And hopefully out of the 3, I'll get 1 female. At least 1 female. If all 3 are females, I'll be happy. But I'm saying I'm figuring out at 3. Hopefully 1 of them will be a female. So I'm gonna try that because these are regular seeds. and something else I wanted to do. I forget the other one. I got like some Mexican hazes and some like ties and stuff too, so it's hard. That's the main reason I guess my breeding isn't as great as I thought it was. I thought I was killing it. Man, I'm breeding my own stuff and growing other people's stuff. I'm the man. And I guess not really. Don't you know me? I'm Brutal Monkey. Who? You know, the Defender of the Galaxy and the hero and stuff. I'm trying to think of what the Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy line. Star-Lord. Who? You know, Star-Lord, the pirate, the greatest pirate in the galaxy? No. So 16 weeks, shoot. I definitely thought I had like, at least me personally, I had like, I want to say at least 2 cycles. I was going to say 3, but I'm at least say 2 cycles of indoor and outdoor. So that's like 4 grows of the Octane Haze being 9 weeks, this one being 10 weeks. So now that you say that, what the hell? How did that even happen? Because the only thing I can think of that's like a long, I don't exactly know the entire genetics of Strawberry Haze. I think Strawberry Haze is a 10-weeker, but I don't know its parents. So it could be pulling from that. I believe the Purple Haze was a 10-weeker too. I don't really know the parents of that, like off the top of my head. I mean, when I say I don't know it, I guess I gotta figure out. Yeah, I don't know the parents, but that was a 10-weeker. So the longest flying out of the parents, the like, what, 4 parents, 3 parents of the Octane Haze, I don't know where the 16 week is coming from. Now, if it was the Heavenly Haze, that's mixed with Original Haze, which is a 16-weeker, and I could clearly see that. And I just got the seeds. I didn't even get a chance to pop any yet or see what it does. But shoot, dang, I gotta go back to the drawing board at least. I'm gonna say 2 more cycles, like indoor, outdoor, to kind of work that out to make sure it is a 10-weeker. Oh, I thought I was done. Shoot, I made a video about it. I thought all I had to do was feminize the seeds, pheno hunt that, get to about F3, F4, back cross that with the parent, and I'd be done. And yeah, I'm back at square one. That's funny. So I gotta revamp this, I see. But in July, I was gonna lollipop everything and put the LST cages on. Catalina wine mixer. Por ti valore. Misquérame tú. I forgot the rest of I forgot those lyrics. I used to really know it when that movie came out, Step Brothers, right? I used to really know the lyrics of that when that came out. But Catalina wine mix. Oh, it must be good. Oh, married. Nice, cool. I didn't know that. You engaged. Nice, Wild Bill. It's interesting. Once you hold on, what was the joint from Wedding Crashers? Owen Wilson said it. Instead of trying to find somebody that you can live with, try and find somebody that you can't live without. And as long as it's in those terms, I think, like both of y'all can't live without each other, should be no problems. it really should be no problems. Yeah, like I said, I guess I've been married going on for 3 years. This will be the 4th in October. Luckily, her birthday, this is a double-edged sword. Her birthday is our wedding day. So yeah, I gotta have some money that day. I gotta do birthday and anniversary. But I mean, we argue. Honestly, we argue more about like politics or entertainers than we do about each other. There are things that she doesn't like about me, and there's definitely things I don't like about her, but it's not that big a deal. As long as you can kind of keep on those terms, yeah, it's great. As long as you don't have to lie to each other. Like, you know, as long as you don't have to lie, yeah, everything should be good. Yes, sir. Cool. Oh, yeah, let me finish this up so we can move our body count up real quick. There we go. That's just the must. The one, the crunky tunes. Crunky tunes. Yeah, all advice is good if you can actually get it to work. Like, most people tell you things when things are optimal. Like, yeah, a car is not a liability. Yeah, if you keep it running 100%, but when you like lose your job and it's hard to keep up on maintenance, insurance, and paying the car note, and then maybe you got to get new tags and title, yeah, it don't really seem that way. But in optimum conditions, considering I have enough money, considering I have the time, yeah, having a car is a great thing. So yeah, all advice is in optimum conditions. You know, hey, your plant's doing this, all you gotta do is water it and do this. Yeah, if at a certain point that's gonna work, but maybe this is past the point of no return. It's just gonna die. Like the rhizome is dead. It's like the plant is alive up top, but it's dead on the bottom. You just wait and see it happen. But yes, if it's someone you really trust, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing. You know, I don't want anything from her really, and she doesn't want anything from me. Like, what I mean by that is she just wants the best for me. Now, of course, I gotta help with everything, but that's it. There's no ulterior motive besides that. Like, she's not preying on me for extra stuff. She buys Amazon crap all the time I have no idea about. So, you know, we got married, yeah, like I said, so I'm old. I'm 47. I got married at, 43? So I'm not even in it to try and get over on anybody. I'm just trying to be comfortable and, you know, happy with someone I can spend the rest of my life with. Someone I can, I guess, invest in and care about kind of the same way the plants. Just something else to take care of. Oh yeah, so we're going to beer number 2. And my fault. Oh shoot, Lil John. I didn't know Lil John got a ticket invite. You got my email. All right, Lil John showed up. Yeah. And damn, I really want to go on that cannabis tour. I got another one. We're gonna go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna try and set everything up. So, okay, woo. Okay. Okay, so the Octane Haze and the original Haze was what I was calling Heavenly Haze. I'm figuring that's going to hopefully get you the cerebral effects. The Octane Haze has some cerebral effects. And the, I know the original Haze, just from the name, does. So I was hoping the two would merge, gruesome work, and be heavenly haze. Like kind of make you feel like you're floating on a cloud. That was the point. It was more the effect than heavenly as in like the best or anything. Just something that'll really stimulate your mind, have your head in the cloud, and make you feel like you're sitting on a cloud. Heavenly haze. That was, kind of the point of that. And let's see here. Darn. 16 weeks. I'm so devastated by that. That hurt my feelings. Yeah, but let me go ahead and try and get into this video. As I was saying, yeah, Friday had me dying. I stayed up so late watching that. So my favorite stoner movie is, like I said, Stone Age. Every so often, it's on YouTube. You can just type it in. Either a fan has it, or uh, it's like free to watch for the most part. Like a fan either made it, or it's just up there. Every so often, it'll be like a buy or rent situation. But I'm sure there's a fan up there who has uploaded the Stone Age. And it's basically, like I said, set in like the late 70s. I'm guessing from the way that they're dressed, it's probably like anywhere from like 1978 to like 1981 is like the premise of the setting of the movie. They're in Venice Beach. It is a smoker chick in this movie. There's a couple smoker chicks in here, but pretty much these dudes are high schoolers for the most part. It's Friday night. One of them has a car. They're trying to get alcohol, hang out with their boys, and get some chicks. Greatest premise ever. The movie has so many one-liners, and to me, it's, I guess it's more of an emotional pull than Friday, but Friday and the Stone Age kind of have about the same impact. It's about as many quotables, it's as many funny moments. But yeah, what's y'all favorite stoner movie? Are y'all into what's the crap? The Pineapple Express, or is it gonna be Half Baked or whatever? Yeah, I'm Friday's my number two. Stone Age would be my number one. So let me go ahead and get this video queued up. That's basically what I'm doing now, so my fault. Yeah, I love the Stone Age crap. They basically break into the alcohol warehouse in their area. There's a way that you can you can climb through the window into the like alcohol warehouse, and they were just basically in a what you call it, a pail line, like a fire chain where you passing the buckets of water, but they was passing out cases of beer, and they was looking for Ox 45 versus Colt 45, but the movie is ridiculously funny. It's low budget, but it's extremely well acted. It's extremely hilarious, and it's quite a bit. Oh no, that ain't what I wanted to see. There's quite a bit of comedy in it, for the most part. Like they do live stunts. It's ridiculous. Yeah. The movie is extremely funny to me. So that wasn't it. So was it this one? Okay. Oh, this is the last one. Okay, thank you. My fault. I just found to end on a good note. As I said, the videos aren't marked. Of course, that's my fault. The best streamer ever on YouTube. And the best streamer on Kick ever. Oh, iTunes is over. That's cool. I want to try the Cannabis tour one more time. I'm actually trying a different one this time. My fault. There we go. Okay. Boom. So yeah, I definitely want to see a Cannabis tour. This is gonna be part 2 of Take two of trying to get a cannabis farm, look around and see if we can get any tips on how these people are able to mass produce at least mid-grade, but like on such a level. I think, of course, with our lower plant count, we can take whatever they got and make a much better, 6 plants or whatever, say, then they can make a mediocre 100 plants. That's just a guess. And I would say the same for them. The less they would be growing, probably the better the plants would be. So there's no knock to them at all. I don't mean any slights. But hopefully we can take this. Oh yeah, Stephen Jacobs, welcome. The Stone Age, yes, you know about the Stone Age. Holy crap! No, you're fine. Thank you. At least some other human being knows about the Stone Age. I forgot to do that. The whole reason I brought up the fire pail thing was alcohol. They're literally walking down the street saying alcohol. Please, if y'all really want to laugh, if y'all get a chance to find the Stone Age, like I said, I believe it's on YouTube. Thank you so much, Stephen, I hope I'm pronouncing it. I'm gonna just call you Stephen Jacob. Thank you so much. I'm pronouncing that right, yes. Thank you so much. Oh man, I needed that. I feel affirmed. I feel seen. So let's go ahead and check this video out. Keep the show rolling, the energy high.
Thailand has seen a massive boom in cannabis. But where does all this cannabis come from? Where
Well,
did they
it's
grow
Thailand.
it? In today's video, I've got exclusive behind-the-scenes access to an indoor and outdoor cannabis growing farm, and we're going to find out what it's like to grow and sell your own cannabis in Thailand. We're also going to be talking with one of the owners, Korn, on how this is an opportunity for Thai people to become entrepreneurs.
Right, we're here at the jungle farm.
Yes.
Korn, teach me
My
how
man
difficult
was
is
hype.
it to grow cannabis here in Thailand, in Phuket?
Okay. Greenhouse is a little bit.
So Phuket, is that the capital? I'm sorry, I'm bad on my geography. No. And Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, so I'm sorry about that. Look at the weed though. I know this dude is short because he's like close to the water Asian. I don't know how to really classify that. He's Asian, but now Asian means something different than it used to mean when I was younger. But look at these plants. Even an American dude who's like, I guess what, 4 or 5 inches taller than this dude. So it ain't like this dude's that short, I guess, probably a under 6 foot guy, and this dude's maybe 5'5", 5'6". But look how tall these plants are, and they look beautiful and healthy.
More harder than the
Thailand.
indoor because of humidity that
Yeah.
we can't control. It's many things that's hard to control about
Yeah.
the bug and stuff too. And then the weather, like the temperature, as you can see, like you are very spread out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really
Yeah,
hot in
like,
here.
Yeah, at least 40 to 45 degrees every
Yeah.
day. And
Okay.
they're fighting a lot. All the
Oh
plants
my
fight with
God.
the
Yeah.
heat a lot.
I feel so at home hearing this dude talk. Oh my goodness. I know that sounds weird because he's in Thailand, but growing up in Montgomery County, it's like every nationality there. Basically, Montgomery County is the suburbs of DC. So you got all those embassy people, ambassadors, people working tech, security, people working DC, Library of Congress, all of them people there. So it's a big Thai, Asian, Laos community. Like, what was dude's name? Who was the quarterback? Art. And I thought it would be like Artemis or something. No, it's like Artapuchus. yeah, if you see the yearbook, like, whoa, he got a scientific name. But hearing him talk, this is exactly how every one of them sound. It's just so cool, so relaxed. You can hear the passion in their voice. I even worked in a barbershop with a couple Vietnamese cousins. And funny enough, I went to barber school with like their uncles, I guess. It'd be like they were all related, but this is exactly how they sound. This feels so good to hear them talk. I missed it.
More expensive to grow it in a greenhouse like this or indoor?
Indoor is more expensive to grow because you have to put the aircon, water system, whatever.
Yeah.
But in here, we have this water system there. Now we use people to working. So
Okay.
yeah, that making more job for people.
Oh,
Like
so like there are people taking care of
yeah,
each plant, kind
this
of.
plant is kind
Okay.
of fast. It's better.
How long would it take for one plant to grow?
Finishing process,
Okay.
100% can smoke.
That's
in
what it
about
was.
3 months. So
Okay.
you can see it's all cocoa peas mixed with
Thank
vermiculite.
you, mother.
Then we go over, they have different, what to say, secrets,
Okay.
different technique.
Different method
Yes.
of how to grow it.
Yes,
Okay.
how to growing.
So this one you use cocoa as in like what, coconut?
Yeah, coconut peas, you can see.
Okay.
Good,
And
it
the
is on
coconut
YouTube
peas,
still.
They have really good benefits for the plant, and because cocoa, they don't hold the water.
Ah, okay.
They just keep only the
They keep it
thing
dry,
that
nice and
plant
dry.
need to drink, need to eat only.
Okay.
Okay, so cool. That didn't part. Yeah, okay, cool. So he's growing in cocoa core. And I'm guessing they have access to core that would make it what's the thing? Logistically feasible. Yes, if y'all could see, thank you. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just call you Steven. Steven Jacobs, thank you. He trying to confirm that the Stone Age is on YouTube. If y'all can check that out at any time. If y'all are really silly, oh man, y'all will be side split pissing on yourself. Now, mind you, I probably discovered Stone Age when I was when did we see that? Maybe like 2019, 21, something like that. Now, I recently saw it about 3 years ago. Still makes me crack up to hell, but I think I still have that nostalgic feeling. I still believe y'all are going to crack up laughing because especially now, comedy is something that's lacking. You're going to miss it. Stone Age was great. Thank you, Steven. The secret sauce. Yeah, the cocoa core. And that greenhouse environment, like that seems to be something too. I know it gets pretty like muggy in Thailand, if I'm not mistaken.
Corn, here
Yeah.
you have almost 4 flowering stations.
Yep.
That's quite a big greenhouse.
It
With
is.
that comes security concerns.
So
Do you guys have like full-time security?
right here we have full-time schedule security 24 hours.
Okay.
More than 20 camera point, and then we will have the special checkpoint from the police here at the red box. Yeah. So they will
okay.
always come and check. Yeah.
Okay.
So no worry about breaking.
Breaking in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, damn. Yeah, he's just cool. Everything he's been saying is all positive. He hasn't said a negative thing, and he's been all like exuberant and just exuding positivity the entire time. Yeah, I miss this shit, man.
Because I saw like, okay, it has like long steel tarps and like barbed wire,
stuff.
a lot of cameras inside. Because yeah, you're right. It is, although it's cannabis plants, this is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, and then we invest a lot of money too.
Yeah. Millions.
Millions. A lot of dong. That's that, right?
Corn, can you tell me about Phuket High?
Phuket High is, I'm trying to represent the local. It's about the passion. What?
I That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to represent the locals. I'm trying to represent. He finally gave him the mic, like, you know, hey, don't talk about your job. Like, just tell me about yourself. What's your mission? What do you want to say? I'm trying to represent. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I miss that rub with just cool, chill. Like I had a friend, Gang, who he was Vietnamese. Now he spoke a lot better than this person here, but when did we meet Gang? And it's funny his name was Gang too, but it's Ghang. But Gang had Jordans and a starter jacket in like the 6th grade. He was extra cool and was always wearing like starter hats and like exuding money, basically. And him and his boys, now his friends would talk a little something like that, but they were all just real cool. It was a good feeling. Never get messed with. Never a reason to think anything negative. I love it. I'm came to represent.
To the cannabis. What I want to see this cannabis opportunity go into every Thai person club, and then when that moment come true, you know, you will see many of Thai people, Thai generation like me, you know, they have better life and everything will be better. I'm a
Okay. Now, this is just me speaking for him. But I think what he's trying to say is, I'm going to interpret a little bit, is that I think he's smart enough to know that Thailand has as much market value as California, like Humboldt County. So if he can get the weed on point, it's going to be a major destination besides it being a major destination already for tourists. You're going to get the cannabis tourists who are looking for like the juicy fruit ties and the chocolate ties and, you know, the Burmeses, and just to see what the Laosians, just to see what they have to offer. So I think that's what he's basically trying to say in such short words, that he wants to build it up kind of for cannabis, and the opportunity is there for everybody to do it, like really put Thailand on the map for weed once again. Brand Nubian.
afraid that thing is gonna be changed like every time, but until this moment, the business, there is many businesses going on the cannabis
But it's here, it's doing
factory,
it.
and it's a big money. We can't turning back already, and I hope all the government, they understand this is not drug, this is medical, and this is big opportunity for Thai people, you know.
Phuket High offers quality cannabis products to both retail and wholesale.
So that actually kind of looks Thai. They usually have like smaller buds from what I'm understanding, and that would make sense because I believe they have such a rain period, maybe even a monsoon period, a rain season, I'm trying to say. Let's explain. It smells like dog shit. The dog shit is interesting. At first when I heard like flavors and aromas like that, I'm like, huh? But now, oh, I get it, because I guess when you start breaking off the minute parts of that, the flavors and the aromas that you're getting out of that are unexplainable, so to speak. But okay, chocolate skunk. The same thing happened to me. This season, and with the garden vlog, I grew some chocolate kush, and it tasted more like berry, like a raspberry, I guess, than it did any kind of like raspberry guava, than it did any kind of chocolate. Now, I guess if I cured it for like a year or something, maybe that would have happened. But I was like, are you sure? I would have named this like fruit punch or something where's the chocolate Thai at? There's no like coffee or earthier tones to it at all. This is all just a fruit bomb, a very juicy tropical fruit bomb. So yeah, that's happened to me too. But some skunk, that, yeah, you got some platinum on you. Now, to be honest, I'm a little confused about skunk. And even to this day, I guess, when I was younger, and I know it was RFK skunk that we got, like, there was no reason for the dude to tell us it was skunk. From what I understand, during the transaction, dude was giving my boy weed, and we would have been happy with just the weed. And then he was like, oh yeah, by the way, that skunk, like as he was walking away. So, you know, we would have been happy if it wasn't. So I don't see why he would have lied to us. He was older than us. We had done him a favor and a trade-off for some weed. So it was all in our favor kind of anyway. He overpaid us, and it was some good stuff. So I don't see why he would have done that. And, you know, I don't. That doesn't really seem. So it was some skunk, but it laid everybody out who smoked the shit like they got shot with a tranquilizer dart. I smoked it like basically I passed out on the blacktop of the basketball court for like, I'm guessing like 2 hours. But my friends basically played basketball till we got there. I smoked, I passed out. Then like I was waking up and coming out of it as everybody was ready to go home. So I have no idea how long we was really out there. Then the next day my friend smoked it and I had to carry him home on my back like he was Yoda. Then the day after that, I smoked it with this girl. She went home and threw up and basically didn't come to school the next day. So I'm definitely sure that was skunk. And it was knocking people out. So I attribute that to myrcene. But as I find out about skunk, and specifically skunk 1, that's supposed to be like some uppity sativa effects. I don't get what I'm supposed to be getting out of something when I hear skunk, because I would take skunk to not necessarily be something that was not heavy THC. I associate that with like, I guess like Bubba Kush and more danker stuff, some more pure Afghanis. I'm the 4th generation grower and oh nice. Oh wow. You are super lucky. The 90s is everything. Like weed is interesting. It's got a very interesting history. I guess kind of to make it a short story, it's pretty much originates in the like Silk Road, Kush Mountains, and went through Pakistan, Afghanistan, through China, even way back as Persia, even before that. But as people traveled, weed traveled. Then you start to get to tropical places, and I guess it goes into more cerebral effects versus medicinal effects, where it would be in colder regions. Then this stuff comes to America via the wars that we have, like the Korean War, I think is what ends up getting us Romulus and Romulus, yeah. I believe the Korean War is what gets us Romulan. Vietnam War is what gets us the Thais and Laotians, things like that. Comes to America. Basically, it goes to Neville, and he basically has everything the world has. And then we start from there all over again. So pretty convenient that it's like a hourglass. in a way. Like it keeps repeating the hourglass. It's this bottlenecking of it where it's limited. It's not a bunch of it. Then it starts to expand, and it gets limited again and starts to expand. And we're at the point we're at now, so I guess we're due for another like bottleneck. Well, we're at bottlenecking with cookies and runts and all that crap. We're at bottleneck. So now it's got to expand, and I think that's what we were talking about earlier with people going back in time. Oh my goodness. I did not even realize this the whole time. I don't even know if it's a point of me getting it at this point. I had this light way back there. Well, I guess the entire screen. I hope that helps. Well, I guess it does. Yeah, I noticed myself a little better. Cincy Seeds, yeah, okay, yeah, and because nice, you got some Neville work. I didn't even realize that. Like that's amazing. But it's Seattle Greg, Sam Skunkman, and I forget who else, but basically they gave Neville all the stuff, and that's gave him all the seeds and genetics, and that's basically the stuff we had to work with since then. So the 90s collection is the mecca of everything we had at that point. Let me see, a couple, what is that, like 4 or 5 live streams ago, we went through Neville's catalog of just what the best the world had to offer at that point. And we've been working through ever since. So I guess since we're in expanding, now how I was saying about the hourglass, like expanding, bottlenecking, we're expanding now. So I guess maybe in 5 years we'll be in another bottleneck. We're trying to get back to sativas and longer flowering plants, and maybe it'll just be flooded the market with it, and we'll be eager to go back to hybrids and indicas. Who knows? Yeah, Cincy Seeds, man, dang. R.I.P. Neville when he was there. So yeah, let's check the rest of this tie out, because I do like the effects of it, and what like juicy fruit tie, chocolate tie, it's another tie that people were talking about. Chocolate tie, juicy fruit tie, I cannot remember now. Shoot, sorry.
Sell customers. You can visit their shop to buy some quality buds and then sit, chill, and enjoy your time next door at the Bunker Cafe.
Hey!
Oh, hey, man.
I have 2 of this strain for you.
Okay.
So 2 of this for the Cannabis Cup. One, Tom Yum Kuch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And see this one. This one is other one that I really want to represent. It's truffle cake.
Truffle cake.
Grow in Thai, made in Thailand, grow by Thai people.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Oh, it's got a lot of
Yeah.
color to it.
Yeah.
I'm
it's a
sure y'all
purple
can farm.
green. It's a purple green.
Okay, so right, so these 2 strains, there's
And okay, this is no offense me saying it, but I'm guessing they farm rice, and from what I understand, rice is one of like the hardest things to grow because it's basically almost like in bog-like conditions. So if y'all can grow that to the point you can supply the world, I'm pretty sure y'all can grow some weed well.
going to be a Phuket Cannabis Cup.
Yeah.
Right?
First Phuket Cannabis.
First Phuket
So he's
Cannabis
trying to go to
Cup,
Cannabis
and
Cup with this?
every dispensary and grower is going to send their strain for the competition.
Really?
Yeah. And you've sent Tom Yum Kush and Truffle Cake.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
Yeah, that didn't
We'll see
work
what the
for
results
me.
are and who wins the Phuket Cannabis Cup.
Like what did I get? Supposedly, now that I know that this company was white labeling, I'm not sure if this is true, but the package said it was from DNA Genetics, so I was actually cursing them out. But the same deal. I had the chocolate tie from DNA Genetics, and there was no chocolate in that. I mean, I purposely kept some vacuum sealed that I waited a year for because I heard what Kevin Jodry talking about, how, you know, you let that chocolate tie cure and you really get that coffee earthiness out of it. So I purposely waited, and the whole time it was just berry. No, citrus. I'm sorry. It was just all orange peel, similar to the Colombian, really, that I'm smoking now. It's very like the white part of the orange. Like, okay, you got the orange peel, and that inside, when you flip it over, or the stuff that's connected to the actual meat of the orange, like the outside of the meat, it's got that taste to it. More so than the zest or the actual juice, because the original haze actually tastes like the juice, and the Colombian that I have actually tastes like the zest. The chocolate Thai actually tasted like the white meaty part, like the skin part. It's citric but bitter, very bitter. But it used to be pretty common. Nice. Ooh. I'm guessing you had like Massachusetts Super Skunk was probably pretty common, Sour Diesel. Wow, what a great life.
Ooh, fingerprint scanner.
Yes.
It's legit.
Damn.
Sweet. Oh, wow.
My fault. I was thinking like, hold on, fingerprint scanner. You gotta hit a Jason Bourne and like cut the person's finger off and stick it up there. Like the Spot movie. Hold on, a retina scan. Have his eyeball on a pencil. Access granted.
Already, it's way colder in here.
Yeah.
So these are just planted?
Whoa.
This is the cloning that we wanna build the master plant, so we're gonna get more cloning from all of these. This is from the plant.
Youngin. He is bout it. Yeah, I was going to try and rephrase that, but no, I think we can use it here pretty well. He is bout it. The mother plant room, you got to get fingerprinted in. So you ain't taking my genetics. You not screwing Thailand over, baby. Oh, man. He wants to represent. He wasn't lying.
That we flowering now. So we do cloning before we flowering them.
Okay.
We get some good genetic that's happened here. I
All right.
really want to show you
Like
inside.
raw
So
leaves.
he was
Okay.
waiting for us
Let's do
inside.
it. Let's do it.
Let's see. Hey,
Whoa.
it's Oishi here, club.
Kun Oishi is the master grower, right? Your Thai master grower here at the indoor plant.
ใช่ครับ
And he takes care of all the buds here.
ใช่ครับ
Okay.
ถ้าเทียบกับที่จังเกิลฟาร์มจะเห็นเลยว่าดอกคุณภาพค่อนข้างที่จะแน่นกว่า
ครับ
ครับแต่ว่าของจังเกิลฟาร์มอย่างที่กรบอกว่าคุณภาพอันนู้นมันเกือบเทียบเท่าได้กับอินดอร์เลยก็จะแต่ก็ยังเห็นความแตกต่างครับอย่างของความแน่นของดอกแล้วก็ไตรโคมของดอกครับ
How much would it cost?
I'm sorry, I just listened to that. Well, wow. I really hear the distinct difference in languages. I was just thinking about that. I've heard many close to the water Asians speak, and like, yeah, I can clearly tell the difference between this and Laos and Cantonese and Korean. I'm sorry, I drifted on. Give me a moment. My eyeballs are floating once again. Brand Nubian.
To run this per month?
Ah.
Approximately.
ก็จะมีคอร์สสำหรับคาร์บอนแล้วก็ปุ๋ยก็เฉลี่ยค่าไฟจะเป็นหลักๆเลยครับ 4-5 หมื่นก็ตีว่าประมาณ 60,000 ถึง 80,000 ครับตอน1 เดือนครับ
Okay.
แล้วก็ที่นี่ก็คิดว่าน่าจะสร้างอาชีพให้ใครได้หลายๆคนครับ เพราะเดี๋ยวหลังจากตัดแล้ว มันก็จะมีกรรมวิธีอีกหลายๆอย่างครับที่จะต้องใช้คนนะพี่โอนะใช่ครับอย่างเช่นเรื่องของการทริมแบบนี้ครับ
ที่ดอกตัดแต่งใบตัดแต่งให้มันพร้อมที่จะออก
ขาย
ตลาด
ใช่ครับ
Okay.
alright เชิญครับคุณเจนthis is one of our grower ครับปีโน่พี่เจ from Tiger ครับพี่โน่
What are these tanks for?
แท้งนี้ใช้ทำอะไรครับพี่โน่
แทงนี้เป็นแทงเก็บน้ำครับ
เก็บน้ำ
ใช่
สำหรับ
รดน้ำต้นไม้
รดน้ำต้นไม้ก็คือปุ๋ย for food
ใช่จะมีอันนี้จะเป็นน้ำที่ผสมปุ๋ย แล้วครับใช่
ก็คือเป็นน้ำที่ปรับ pH เรียบร้อยแล้วครับ
ใช่ครับ
สำหรับ pH ที่ต้นไม้
ตรวจเช็ค pH
ได้
ได้ครับ
ดื่มได้ครับ
ใช่ครับ
So, Kun Corn, this is, what is this?
This is Max. So this is from our indoor room.
It's finished growing from the flower room.
Yeah.
You cut out the plant, and
Yeah.
then this is what comes out of it.
This is after drying and curing
Dang.
already. So this means they're ready to go to sell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dang, that looks
this is our wholesale
nice.
bag. So this is
Oh, is that a Doritos
basically
bag
someone
full of
can come in.
weed? Oh man, nice. Early 2000. Oh wow. Sour Diesel was very exceptional. It was a standout. Like I guess I really didn't get. I mean, it would make sense because I wasn't grown until the 2000s. You know, after 95, I was 18 in 95. And, you know, it wasn't until about 22 I started making the money where I could splurge and get more exotic strands because it was definitely only Mexican brickweed if you had regular money. But I remember the Purple Haze very distinctly. I remember the Dro very distinctly. I remember Sour Diesel very distinctly. I remember Kush very distinctly, like these moments in smoking history. And Sour Diesel would definitely be something that I would want to. Yeah. I think I'd take Sour Diesel over everything. I know I'm a Haze fanatic. I didn't want to get rid of Purple Haze, but I was like, well, honestly, I think Sour Diesel is more exceptional. I mean, I personally really enjoyed everything about this one batch of Purple Haze that I had. Everything was purple, including the stem. I mean, everything was purple. So would that be like a frosty violet for the buds, but like totally deep purple stems and branches and all that crap? But Sour Diesel, yeah, is a lifetime keeper if that's the only strain you got. You mess with me, you're messing with the best. Yeah, Sour Diesel might be the best. What, OG Kush? That's another one. Yeah, that's another moment in time. Yeah, it'd be Sour Diesel and OG Kush head to head for like the best ever, I think.
Buy cannabis from
Lucky.
your
What a
farm.
life.
Yeah. So right now we supply more than 20 pipe shop in Phuket.
Okay.
So yeah, we provide everything like this from us. At our wholesale just start from 100 grams.
Yeah.
People buy a kilo. Normally people will buy a kilo.
By a kilo, that's cocaine terms. That was the video, sorry. But no, I guess so, because now that I think about it, Ithaca, I'm not exactly sure, but I know that's like upstate. We had gone to the Catskill Mountains before for a timeshare a few years, and we had been by Binghamton College quite a few times. And what we call this one place with the Frederick Douglass Barnes and Noble. It's like a barn. It's got a Barnes and Noble sound on the outside. I'm like, what the? And I was like, oh, that must be like the slave one, the one from like 1859. The Frederick Douglass Barnes and Noble. That was that was a long time ago. It ain't been in existence in 100 years. That's the first one. But Ithaca, yeah. I guess you naming some names too. The bubble gum, red bud, okay. Yeah, and purple haze. Yeah, that was a good time. Yes, stuff from California and stuff from Canada started popping in. Because by that time, like the 2000, like I was saying, I would have friends that would go up to New York and go and get stuff, or go down to Virginia or something and get stuff. Sorry about that. But yeah, those were some flavors and some highs, boy. The 90 strains.
like that ครับ
Okay, cool.
We do the wholesale for 6 months
Okay.
already ครับ
Okay. So
I wanted to say that. I wanted to think we were around Ithaca. I remembered that, but that name is kind of so catchy that I didn't want to say, oh yeah, we were there, but I wanted to say we had passed by there. It was like a smaller town. I mean, it reminded me of every kind of older town. That's all it really was, older. Because what Wilson, North Carolina, or Greensboro, North Carolina, whatever, is got a section like that where it's more historic, and I guess its heyday was the 70s, and they really haven't done much since then, so it kind of looks like it's the 70s. And this was what, about 2008, 10, something like that, when I went, or when we were doing this, going up to the Catskills and passing Binghamton, Ithaca. I don't remember the highways. We were still using Google Maps on paper. We had to print it out. We didn't have the access on our phones. You still had to buy like what the Garmin, and what was the other ones? It was a Polaris. You had to have a navigation system. This was separate. This was before the phone like transformed and merged in all the best powers of like 9 devices. A tape recorder, camera, a video camera, two-way, which is the text messaging, email, apps. You can print stuff out, and you can basically control your house now. Like I've merged Constructicons, Form Devastator. Yeah, your phone is on it now. It's better than most cameras. You could watch YouTube and make a thumbnail at the same time. Oh, take a picture for the thumbnail, and then make the thumbnail while you're watching YouTube. Yeah, your phone is high powered now. The Beasters, okay. I don't think I've had Beasters. I didn't know if it wasn't marketed to me as Beasters, but I hear quite a bit about Beasters, like the early Canadian weed coming in. Nice. Okay, so you were right there in the mix.
Opening your own dispensary, or is there more money selling buds wholesale?
Definitely, yes. 100% retail is making more money than wholesale or than.
Oh, okay, he just talking about some bee crap. Let me switch it out real quick. Okay, yeah, he just talking about selling stuff now. But that was interesting to know. I didn't even know Thailand was going like that. That was pretty cool to me, I thought. Yeah, okay, that is the... Let me go back into our next video real quick. Where we at? My fault, I had to go into studio mode. Basically, there's a way for me to see the full screen of what I'm doing. Then there's a way for me to put the full screen in a smaller screen, and then also see the next thing that I'm going to switch to. So when that slider comes around, we're right where we need to be. My fault. You used to make fun of Beasters. Now, yeah, I don't think I actually had access to that. We were getting something everybody called the Zona. And like my friends, we didn't like it. Whatever the Zona was, it came back around like, it was like, okay, it came around, it went away, and then like the next year it came back. I got the Zona. And my friend was like, I hate this shit. Like, what makes weed in Arizona so great? If this is like Zona based off of Arizona, what makes weed in Arizona so much better than any place else? Yeah, I'd have to agree. So I'm guessing we had our version of the Beasters, but honestly, from me being number one broke, like a 14-year-old trying to support an adult habit, I need an ounce, and I only got like a $20 allowance. Um, I know my stuff wasn't the greatest. I wouldn't necessarily. I've never really complained about weed before. Bud or shake, just can't wait. I need it. Hey. Like, I don't really complain because I'm trying to get high. So sorry it doesn't look as pretty as I might want it to, but if it's weed, that's kind of what I want. You know, if it's shake, fine, I'll just take it. I just need to really make sure I'm getting high. And I know my friends be super pressed. I want the biggest bud possible. And well, you're gonna break it up anyway. So I understand what you're saying. To see it, but it doesn't really matter. Like, hey, I got this to show you. Here's the bag to sell you, though. I mean, if you're gonna smoke it, I don't get it. Like, it's basically trash at that point. You care how pretty your trash is? We're lighting it up on fire. It's over. It's dead. And I guess because I knew I'd get to this point where there's going to be a day, because I got this desire to grow, that I'm not going to be tripping off the trivial things of, years ago, I didn't have the prettiest bud ever. I'm more concerned about 30 years ago, I was actually smoking and wasn't struggling looking for something that I basically had but turned my nose up at for something that looked prettier. Mm-mm. I'd grow some for the stout. Now that's funny. That's funny. I throw it back just to remember the days and laugh. Hey, that's maturity when you can laugh at stuff. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Okay, so let's go to this. I'm sorry, I was BSing. I was supposed to be getting transferred to the next video. I'm being bad about it. Ooh, I want to try this again, man. I want to try the original video we were trying to watch. And see how that goes. No, that wasn't it. Sorry, I went back to the Autoflower video. I'm doing a bad job. Oh, that's the Autoflower video? I did not know that. Well, what it is I keep a folder of all the videos that I want to watch on Sunday, and yeah, that video just seems to be staggering. The original video to try to watch. I have a folder of everything we want to watch. Some of the stuff is actually labeled with the actual title, and some of it is like BF8G dash some, from whatever app I got to use to download it. So there's not even a thumbnail. Some of them didn't play on this default setting. I downloaded Real Player to be able to play all those videos that I basically couldn't play with my default settings. Excuse me. That played well. Didn't seem to be much lag. But for some reason, something is wrong with the video that we tried to play originally with the Bob Marley music in it, which I just realized is probably going to get me copyright struck. But we're going to go anyway. We're going to play it, and hopefully I'll be left alone because it's less than 30 seconds and it's fair usage. Oh, still the same. I have no idea what this problem is. This is actually a Jamaican farm, cannabis farm. That's why.
Long time, all right.
Too much lag for me, man. So we'll just scoot out of that. And we'll just go into the next part of this. Where are we at? We there? Oh, we not there. Sorry. I must have put this down. There we go. This was, I didn't preface this. Hold on, let me get out of here. So I can clip this. We're about to go into the news portion of this. Spent quite a bit of time in the intro portion of this. But now for some news. Oh, man.
And now,
Didn't have no music. You punk. Okay. So let me go ahead and read this article. And hopefully I'm going to do my best and not slur my sleech. As I used to say back in the day. Spur my sleech. Okay, this is interesting to me. And I hope that I'm reading this correctly. And I wanted to read it to y'all, and y'all let me know if I am interpreting this correctly. What I basically think is that the governor is on the side of home growers, and he's allowing the public to grow what they want versus letting outside forces come in and possibly contaminate people and giving access to it on their watch, so to speak, I guess. If you figure people are going to, no matter what you do, always have access to cannabis, even if they're underage, at least if you don't have a dispensary, you can't sit there and point the finger and be like, well, shoot, y'all selling it yourself. You know, at least you'll have, I guess, more of an individual to blame, and you can go with higher security protocols around houses if you wanted to grow whatever. But I think this is on the side of home growers. Like, you can grow 4 plants. There ain't no excuse for you to have no store for this. So this is from the marijuana moment. The Virginia Senate Committee advances bill to legalize marijuana sales despite the governor's opposition. So this has been going on for about 3 different bills. The 3 different voting cycles. They originally brought this up. It did not make it to pass. I guess the next voting cycle, they voted for recreational cannabis sales in Virginia again. It did make it pass, but the governor vetoed that bill. They have redone it since then. So this is the 3rd time they're trying to pass dispensary sales in Virginia. And they just got it passed through the I guess the House of Virginia. Like they're ready to go for it. So it's up to the governor to sign it or veto it. I love when they show cannabis. Lawmakers on the Virginia Senate Committee have greenlit the proposal to legalize and regulate adult use marijuana sales in the state, advancing the bill from Senator Aaron Roos, Democrat. 8-7 vote. So okay, they got 1 vote luckily. Okay. Friday's okay from the Senate Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services clears the first hurdle on the measure's journey during Virginia's short 30-day legislative session this year. Even if the legal sales legislation is passed by lawmakers, however, Governor Glenn Youngkin, Republican, has signaled he'll again veto the reform bill as he did with a similar proposal last year. So that's what I was talking about. He's already shot this thing down. And the way that I'm interpreting this is he's on the side of home growers. Now, I noticed something was up with this. They never mentioned, they do reference the fact that it is legal to limited grow in Virginia, but they never mentioned how much they could grow. So I had to research that on my own, which they have a 4 plant count limit. So if you was going to Colombian or the original hedge, yeah, you know, what the hell more you need? You get 2 pounds of plant basically. Yeah, that should be good. I don't think you need a dispensary. If you had one of those Walmart bins of watermelons, what you need a store to buy watermelons for. So I'm interpreting this as the governor is on the side of homegrown. Yeah, we would take aluminum foil, and we would literally carry, one dude would carry it in his backpack, and like we'd have a big pen and use that to punch a hole in a 2-liter and wrap the foil and make a bowl out of that. I know they were saying like I feel bad because you'll get Alzheimer's, so all that barn aside. Yeah, that's basically what we was doing in high school. We were getting weed from somebody who had it or would sell it to us. Like I remember one time, with this dude who sold weed, basically wanted someone's belt. So my friends told me, basically, I'm the one who went and got the belt. But like while he was in gym, just go into this locker. This is where his locker is, and basically take the belt out of his pants, and you know, I give you some weed for it. And yeah, you're gonna do what it takes to get high. I think it's more of exploring things and the bonding part of it, because quite honestly, it was fun drinking and hanging out with my friends, but it was quite stressful trying to get the money to kind of keep that habit up night after night after night after night of just, I guess, waiting to be an adult and out of my parents' wing, even though I need them to support my whole lifestyle. But no, by that point I was working. I was working at Boston Market and Roy Rogers. So I kind of had my own money, but with my job, I basically make $230 every 2 weeks, $230 every 2 weeks. But it was $150 for an ounce of weed. And I had smoked cigarettes, which was what at that time probably $1.75, $2, $2.25. That was like kind of my high school prices for cigarettes. Smoking off a soda can, yeah, that's the Stone Age. The Stone Age, they did it with a soda can. Yeah, we never did that one, but I was aware of it after some time with the like aluminum foil. Making your own little bowl and sticking it on the end of the big pen and sticking that into the 2-liter. Like I remember, one of them like clear Sprite, crystal Sprite. I don't remember the exactly coined term for it. I'm gonna say clear Sprite. Not clear. I said Sprite. Clear Pepsi. It was Crystal Pepsi. Or clear. Now I say Crystal. I think it was Crystal Pepsi, but it was clear Pepsi. It was like Sprite, but it was Pepsi. And they would like to buy that, like what? It was like $1 for the 2-liter, and use that as the bong water when we were smoking with the aluminum foil. So actually, let me go ahead and do this so I can get to round 2. Should I add that to your body count? Yeah, let me go ahead and switch the body count up real quick. Do it to him. Do it to him. Oh yeah. Feel it. Feel it. So. Yeah. It's This isn't Lumbo. Yeah, that's what it was. This isn't Lumbo. Yeah, it's not. But it'll still get you a buzz. So here we go. Let me just see. So, no, I'm not going to read that part because that's, oh, not you. Trying to read the page. Yeah, here we go. Okay, the measure It's one of the bills introduced earlier this month by Rouse and Delegate Paul Krizik, Democrat. Last year, the two lawmakers presented competing versions of the legal sales framework, ultimately arriving at the compromise that passed the legislature, but there was a veto by Youngkin, the governor, and he's just not going for cannabis sales. I think they'll actually start to get some quotes from him. Okay, so this is the Democratic statement that they're going with. This is what they're running with here. This is their PR. I'm proud to have brought forth a framework for adult use cannabis, through a structured license application process, Rouse said before Friday's committee vote. This bill prioritizes public safety and creating a well-regulated marketplace that keeps adult products out of the hands of kids. In recent years, we have seen an unchecked proliferation of illegal and unregulated marijuana stores. This has put Virginia at risk as unlicensed drug dealers sell billions of dollars of untested and untaxed products, frequently to children. So, okay, now, this was a double-edged sword for me because as an adult now, I would have been upset when I was 17, 18, you calling me a child. But now that I'm, even when I was 30, I do realize, okay, when you're in high school, you still are a child. I mean, you're in high school, you're in school, you're a child. But when you say, oh, this is being sold to children, you know that you're trying to invoke kindergartners and first and second graders. You know what you're trying to do with that. So don't, these are children. You're trying to go with some 8-year-old. Mommy, no! That's what you're trying to invoke, and that's not really what the scene is at all. So I really hate the language that a lot of people use. I think it's a lot of disingenuous arguments. I know that it is hard to you can sooner catch flies with honey than vinegar, but I think it makes a lot more sense to people when they actually understand the motive behind things. I mean, things are really not that complicated. Well, why did you, sell this drug to kids? Well, because they're the ones who had the most money and I didn't have to really, pitch it to them. They were coming up to me. Boom. Okay, now that's not right, but that makes the most sense to me. Answers are usually pretty darn efficient. Why you cheat on me? I can't believe you did it. Because I was horny and the girl was there willing to give it to me. Answers are pretty freaking simple. It doesn't take much. 2 + 2 = 4. Most things are kind of like that. I did this because of this. I felt this way because of that. Now, whatever you want to say out your mouth is usually got to be buffered a little better. I kind of do understand that. But figure out a way to actually incorporate the truth without this word salad. Basically, hey, we see an opportunity to make billions of dollars and bring it to the state. That's where we're coming from. Okay, boom, got you. I believe that. I can stand behind that. You want to make money. Okay, I get where you're coming from. But don't hide behind no kids because, all right, if they can get weed in the street already or whatever and you want to bring some regulated stuff, they're not passing, number one, they're not passing tests all that better themselves with contaminants. And, we've seen article after article of California, Maryland getting weed out the dumpster. Number two is, if they already have it, you building a new store is not going to make them shop at your store. They're already shopping at the store that they want to shop at. It's convenient for them. They've got a routine. If you have a grocery store 2 blocks from me, just because there's a new Walmart superstore 5 blocks away, does that entice you to go? No, that's them people's. That's for the people 5 blocks away. I'm happy with going to the Giant, Super Fresh, ShopRite, whatever. Piggly Wiggly's 2 blocks away from my house. So I think that's why I'm saying this is a disingenuous argument. You're trying to act like, okay, because you put this store up here, everybody's going to come to you, and because your stuff is tested, now everybody that comes to you is going to have tested stuff. Who's to say you're going to have 100% of the customers? That's why this is disingenuous. Stop trying to act like because you show up, people are going to come. This ain't baseball. This is weed. We can already grow 4 plants. What do we really need you for? So just tell us what the truth is. You just want to come and cash grab. Okay, cool. It would be nice if y'all had a store too, just for the people that don't want to grow. Just tell me where you're coming from. I can agree with you a lot better than you making up some mystical creature in your head and, you know, expecting me to rally on to something that's not actually true. Like what's the thing? You're trying to emotionally blackmail me. Is basically what you're doing with that. You're trying to apply to my sympathy for the potential versus what's actual. And I know I don't get political, but that's the main reason I was mentioning Democrat and Republicans at that point. Because I see that that's their tactic, is to try and come with this emotional extortion on you. What about the kids? Oh, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Oh, you don't want to be mean. How would that look to people? I mean, sometimes you just have to do that. What's wrong with being honest? Hey, we need to go to Iraq because we think these dudes got weapons and we can get a bunch of money from doing it and a bunch of resources. We can get the grip on oil and people will be buying from us. I'm way more with that mission of, hey, we want to corner the market on something. Let's go try and corner the market. Than I am, oh, well, they got weapons of mass. What does weapons of mass destruction mean? I mean, I have a pencil. That's a weapon of mass. What's a mass? If I go in my classroom and I stab every one of my classmates in the eye with a pencil, isn't that a weapon of mass destruction at that point? So what does, like, stop giving me these vague, fluffy, indiscriminate terms. I hate people talk to me like a human being. I hate this speak. Yeah, what about the kids? If they're already buying weed, it's too late for them. Sorry. Okay. A well-regulated retail market is a necessity for public safety and will ensure that products are tested for safety, that they're accurately labeled and sold in a controlled environment and kept away from kids. How are you ensuring that? Are you monitoring every child to make sure that they don't come into the store? Because that is the only way you can make that a true statement. I hate this is what I'm talking about. People say things that there is no way possible that you can quantify. You cannot sit there and say, you know, for a fact, every person in your town is doing A, B, and C unless you're watching them like the FBI. Don't come to me with this. Prior to approving the legislation, the panel made mere technical amendments to fix certain references to existing statutes. The bill now heads to the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee. Krizak, the House sponsor, told Marijuana Moment last month that we're going to do the same retail cannabis bill as last session, adding that further amendments could of course happen over the course of the legislative session. Adults would be able to purchase up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana from Adults will be able to purchase up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana from regulated retailers under the 82-page legislation, with sales set to commence no earlier than, I believe it's May 1st, 2026. Regulators at the Virginia Cannabis Control Authority could have been issued business licenses in September of this year. So they're basically going to issue licenses in 2025 and move forward. The beginning of spring 2026, so 2 years from now, a year from now, excuse me. Oh man, I gotta whiz again. I can't read. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. And I try and be really, 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 really fast. I'm so sorry. I can't even think. It's killing me. Give me 1 second. Real faint. Sneakers. Oh, sorry about that. Oh man. I feel so alive. Oh, okay, I'm back. So I'm guessing y'all progressed and read this past where I was at. But yeah, oh yeah, they're trying to since the bill introductions, Youngkin in his state legislation, the State of the Commonwealth address, emphasis that he has no interest in cooperating with lawmakers to legalize retail marijuana sales, claiming that doing so would hurt children, worsen mental health, and increase violent crime. Boom. And this is at least my thought in this. The reason that he is saying the increase in crime as that he is willing to accept the black market sales to give those criminals some source of income versus squeezing that market out and them having to find a new avenue to come up with income. Hey, if you grow it, you can sell it. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's so cool. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. I think that is so cool. Compared to, well, shoot, yeah, I can grow 4 plants. Let me bring in a dispensary in here and push these sales and let's raise the tax up so we can go ahead and tax the hell out of y'all and give y'all some inferior stuff. This pesticide anyway. So I'm really proud of this. That's how I'm interpreting it. Everyone knows where I stand on established or retail marijuana market. The governor said, use, possession, and limited cultivation of cannabis by adults is already legal in Virginia. Now, this is where I was saying it's the four plant count, and that's double where I'm at. So I'm jealous. I wish I could do 4. I'm still will push the limits, but I mean, I really wish it was a little bit higher. I feel gypped as hell. I'm mad. I was waiting. We one of the last ones, and I was like, that's what we get? You might as well have said 1. What's the point? But yeah, the possession, you can hold up to 2.5 ounces on the street. And you can grow up to 4 plants, so they're not tripping off of you. You can have your perpetual grow, not a problem there. I got a little problem with that. I guess the reason is too where I'm at is for the breeding process, and that's about it. That's all they're allowing you to do. I guess 1 in veg, 1 in flower. Be happy with that. That's kind of messed up. Considering Hogan had cancer, and I think he even said that was one of the aids he used was cannabis. Sell us out big time. Okay, so here we go. The use, possession. Okay, so since 2021, they've been able to do all that. But Republicans, after winning control of the House and governor's office later that year, subsequently blocked the required reenactment of a regulatory framework for retail sales. Since then, illicit stores have sprung up to meet consumer demand. So pop-ups and illicit store like that's how DC basically. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in DC, probably about 5 years. Since I needed to really go there. But they didn't have any dispensaries in DC. So pretty much the only way to get weed was a pop-up. Meaning basically somebody would set a table up like you would sell t-shirts, but it was weed. That was the only way to get weed. And then yeah, you couldn't sell it. You had to ask for a donation. So you could be like donation of $20 for a dub, but you couldn't sell it like price $20. You had to ask for donations for the stuff, and you had to like kind of show up. So it was a lot of like that backpack boy stuff where people would show up with a backpack full of like different strains, a bunch of different eighths, and sell them. But that was the only way to really get weed in DC because there was no dispensaries to buy any from. And I ended up going to a place around U Street. That's like an historic part of DC, like Northwest DC. It's DC's in 4 sections: northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. Both the east are the bad parts. Well, I should say the really bad parts, because northwest, uptown, is pretty bad too. Southwest is where all the politicians live at. That's the nice part. But I would go down there and basically have to go in this basement, like down the steps. The way stores are set up in this section is they're old houses. They're like the split level houses. It's a house up the steps and it's a house down the steps. We would have to go down the steps of this certain section, basically show an ID to this bouncer, and then like we're locked in this freaking vault room with like edibles and this girl selling weed. They're playing music, and like weed is slid into this slot in the wall, and like a drawer full of tubes, and weed comes out of it. And that was like that's where the OG Kush and the strawberry haze seeds came from. That I still actually got some of the tubes from the place. They're like film canisters, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Like old photography film canisters, the roll holders. And it would slide out of a drawer, so there was nowhere in DC to really get any weed, so they would have to pop up and like sell it on the street at an event or at the subway or the bus stop, whatever I'm trying to say. And there's like, oh, that's illicit. They at first, when DC first passed the cannabis thing, there was a big controversy of people doing this. They're being upset with it. There was a guy who got arrested for, am I mixing this story up? No, he got promoted because he was selling edibles. He was making a bunch of money. He was right by, I think, the Channel 4 building, like NBC building in DC. And he was selling like edible lollipops and gummies. And he was asking for a donation. That's how we found out about it. And he was like, yeah, it's legal, but you can't really sell it nowhere, and there's no store to get it. So I'm just filling that void. And that's where the term pop-up kind of got popular. And so they're trying to vilify this person. Like, the person was on the news. He was a nice guy. He was kind of like the Thai guy we were watching, the Thailand person. Upbeat, all positive. I mean, he's out there making money, not hurting anybody. Illicit drugs. Like, you're any better. The only thing that makes you different is that you got the law behind you. But if the law was on my side and you were the villain, how would you feel? I mean, I kind of hate that point of view. We all the same, and it seems like once power is presented, certain people definitely try and elbow their way into getting it. So they're saying this could begin as early as May 1st. There's an 11.62% tax that would apply to the retail sales of any cannabis in Virginia. Local governments could also get an additional, depending, I guess, on your county, another 2.5%. So up to 14% tax on cannabis in Virginia if this passed through. The Virginia Cannabis Control Authority would oversee licensing and regulation of the new industry. Its board of directors would have the authority to control possession, sale, transportation, distribution, delivery, and testing of marijuana. So this is the problem. There's a bunch of people who basically want a job. And so they're going to lie. Yeah, I think we need this. This is just good. This is just because they want to get paid 6 figures to do this bull crap. And really do no work. No, don't smoke. Don't just want to wear a suit. Just want to drive a BMW. But you don't care about this, and it's all a cash grab. People pay you off. That's the way you'll vote. That's the way you'll sway. Whatever's trendy. You don't have an actual stance on anything. And I hate when it's up to the hands of this. I'm with the governor on this. The way I'm interpreting this is he sees this for what it is. This is a bunch of people who want to get greedy. 14% tax on if you buy it. So why? Well, think of all the money you can make. I don't want the money. Leave me alone. Why are you doing this? Because you want something. You go to another state and do this thing. If it's such a great idea, why aren't everybody jumping on it? So, it's just me. Oh man, there's plenty of more with this. Okay, well, local governments could ban marijuana establishments, but only if voters approved an opt-out referendum. So, okay, this is kind of the same thing that happened in D.C. with breweries. A lot of places, the locals would not zone it for manufacturing, which is the license you would need in order to brew beer in a building. So that's the way they kept a lot of companies from even forming, is you need not only a location, but it really does matter where your location is. To me, DC basically has a lot of warehouses, and that's where a lot of places. I mean, I've been to 15 different states. Not that that's a bunch, but that's not a little. And most of the breweries, especially during the brewery boom of the mid 2000s, all seem to be in a warehouse district. Now, I know cannabis is a better drug than beer, but I can't help but think that it has to hurt beer that most of the locations that these places were at were in warehouse districts, basically where you would pick your car up from being towed and you think you might die, is where most of these breweries you had to walk to because they were so remote and really no access to. I know especially in DC, there's a big divide from where the subway goes. So you're on one side of the subway, on the other side. Hopefully you go by somewhere where there's a bridge or that the subway is underground at that portion of it. But at the beginning of DC, when it's still Maryland, before it actually technically gets to DC, in between those stops of the Maryland line and the DC line, and it's still above ground, yeah, you're divided by the fence and a subway track. On the other side of that is a warehouse. Down that is a path where you got to walk up and start drinking some beer. So how late you want to stay at a place that is pretty much think you get murdered at. And I would have to think that aids in the decline of beer, not only with the catapult of cannabis being legal in more and more places. But the way that they kind of kept the breweries under control was they pushed them all out to the warehouse. The local people wouldn't license them to come any place closer. And it seems like that's what could possibly happen that's what happened in DC with cannabis. That's why there's no dispensaries. There weren't any dispensaries at least 5 years ago, was because of this. You could basically vote them out and say, we don't want it in our neighborhood. So there's like 3 ways to veto this. Like, first it's got to get passed. Well, there's 3 ways for this to fail. First, it's got to get passed. Then the governor can veto it. Then locally, they can just say no. So this really seems shoddy anyway. Locations of retail outlets could be not within 1,000 feet of another retailer store. Why do we care about that? Oh, for revenue. They're trying to say, well, look how much money you can make. You can basically build them like 7-Elevens or McDonald's and max cap on money. Get maximum capitalization of your area and location. Cultivators would be regulated by space devoted to marijuana cultivation, known as canopy size. Both indoor and outdoor marijuana cultivation would be allowed, although only growers in lower tiers, with lower tier limits on canopy size, could grow plants outside. Larger growers would need to cultivate plants indoors. Secure greenhouses would qualify as an indoor cultivation. Okay. Okay. All right. So that seems weird too. I guess like they're saying for security purposes, I guess it's more secure, but that almost seems counterintuitive. Yeah, indoors you can grow 20-foot plant, but outdoors you can only make them 4 feet. That seems really weird to me. Counterintuitive. Only direct to face-to-face transactions would be permitted. The legislation would prohibit the use of other avenues, such as vending machines, drive-through windows, internet-based sale platforms and delivery services. So they want in-person sales, and that's how they're saying they're going to cut down. They want to scan your ID every time you make a purchase, and that's what they do here in Maryland. You got to scan your ID, and there's like, yeah, I have actually gone over the 2.5 ounces in a month limit, which sounds like a lot, but that's not really a lot in the grand scheme of things. Especially when it's 2 people on that 2.5. So just American marijuana providers that entered into the adult use market can apply to open up to 5 additional retail establishments, which could need to be collocated at their existing license facility. Okay, calibrated maybe, I don't know. Co-located at their existing facilities. Serving size would be capped at 10 milligram THC with no more than 100 milligram THC per package. Wow, so they are really trying to nickel and dime you. Not only that, they're being petty with the size of everything. So I'm with the governor on this. Let me try and see if I can recap, because we spent a lot of time on this. So it's a misdemeanor if you buy something for someone under 21. A misdemeanor. It should be a felony if you really care about the kids so bad, don't you think? Boom. That, to me, that exposes everything right there. Okay. Knowingly obtaining marijuana on behalf of someone under 21 would be a class 1 misdemeanor. Misdemeanor. If you obtain prescription drugs, I believe it's a felony. If you have enough in your possession, it's a felony if you have enough opioids. Hold on, let me go to the chat because I actually have the article enlarged. Oh no. Yeah, I would actually rather smoke a mite or 2 over some pesticides. But I mean, honestly, we're kind of built for that. You're right, Stephen. We're built for that. Now I usually I guess I have like pine trees, and there's a fragment of not the actual pine, but the I guess the cuticle layer of the pine straw coming out as these brown little curved flaps. They're only about a ½ inch long, 1/4 inch long, but they're very light and they fly into the weed plants all the time. I pull so much of that out of weed. This year I'm getting like bugs. I remember back when I was in high school, my friend was like, he got bees. He found a bee in some weed one time. So you will find things in plants, and most of the time, not that it's like, what is it? Sterilized, sanitized, and non-contaminant or whatever, non-toxic. I think when a plant's natural defense comes out to basically kill the pest or whatever is in the plant, like it mixes its terpene concoction to what floral or citric or whatever it's going to need to repel whatever it's trying to repel. That I think more so. But if it's dead, it's dead. It's like pre-ash before you ash it. So let me end this up. Yeah, so this is my main thing here. Okay, if you're so worried about kids getting their hands on it, and if we don't regulate this, kids are gonna have access to these illegal drugs and these pop-ups out here selling illicit drugs. It's not regulated. But if you sell some stuff to basically a 12-year-old, it'll just be a misdemeanor. Come on, man. Come on. Like, what's fair is fair. At least for me, I want to have I definitely want to be tough on crime, but I don't want to be so tough on things that I get caught in that hammer as well. So I do feel for you that yes, we should make sure that nobody under 15 gets the stuff. Let's just be honest. I started. People start pretty early, but let's just hope that nobody under 14. Let's just, 15. Let's just be realistic. That's a 10th grader. That's kind of when you start being wild. At 15 to 16 is when you at your rawest. That's the best peak of human you're gonna be. You have no fear. You too stupid to know you shouldn't be doing the stuff you're doing. You just physically strength is there. Dumb, full of testosterone. Yeah, so let's just hope it doesn't get to 14. Or anybody under 14, okay, let's worry about. But it's only a misdemeanor. I mean, come on, man. Anything that you really trying to protect kids from, you need to pretty much make it the stiffest penalty possible. Prescription drugs sold to somebody, I don't think it's a misdemeanor. I think it's a felony. So I would want you, if you sold some drugs to someone under 14, 16, all right, he 11th grader and he bad, and you coming up to court with like half cornrows and half his fro out and a t-shirt and don't understand, yeah, maybe you should have wore a dress shirt. Okay, I can see you, basically letting that one go. But someone under that age who ain't trying to like piss their mama off or whatever, piss society off, someone who's still young and optimistic, hey, I think I can be a lawyer when I grow up. You still got that light in the eye. Yeah, you should be finding people who selling drugs to them or having an opportunity for them to get drugs. And unfortunately, like a liquor store, I'm sooner gonna go into a liquor store and buy some stuff for a stranger who ain't gonna question the shit out of me than if I had to go buy liquor from some dude who was in my neighborhood and gonna be asking me, hey, I ain't never seen you come here, but he's gonna be talking me up and probably deter me from getting the shit. So, I know a lot of drug dealers finance basketball players, at least back in my day they did. And there's always, at least I saw up until the 2010s, like being in Baltimore and stuff, a respect for kids that, hey, they don't need to see this life. Don't cuss in front of them. Don't try and deal no drugs in front of them. Like they innocent. Let them believe in Santa Claus. Don't tell them Santa Claus ain't real. Let them have their fantasy world. Let them be kids. So if that's your MO, yeah, I want to find anybody who wants to tear that away. They don't seem to really care too much. This just seems to be a cash grab to me, and I think the governor sees through it. So, I'm going to try and get one more little excerpt, and we're going to get out of here. I just want to see if I can get a quotable where he's like, these are some BS people. The governor's upset. Okay. What's actually bad for its users, leaving the control of Virginia's marijuana market to illicit operators. I guess that's the people who try and pass the bill. Data gleaned from decades of real-world regulatory experience with cannabis in the U.S. clearly shows that states which take marijuana off the street corner and place it in an age-verified counter see a drop in youth use. In fact, nationwide, cannabis use has reached historic lows. Okay, now I question that. I really question that statement too. That's the second part of your flaw. And the thing about that is once you lie once, like you start to lose credibility, there's a chink in the armor. And now everything you say, as long as you don't lie, everything you saying is taken at face value and okay, there's some credibility to what you're saying. Once I catch you on one lie, okay, everything you said before, everything's up for scrutiny now. So you're trying to take this stuff off the street. Cannabis, you're saying claiming cannabis is at all-time low for use, but every brewery is selling. Every brewery is selling because cannabis sales are up 75% nationwide. We just covered this, so which one is it? Either people aren't using cannabis or people are using cannabis. And the thing about these studies and information is you're only talking to the people who will talk to you. You're not getting everybody. It's the thing about these disingenuous arguments. I talked to 100 people. They told me, yeah, but the city is 1 million people. Like, you can't sit here and, yes, you can speak with some confidence, but you can't speak as a know-it-all and you just know the heartbeat of every citizen. I hate these these arguments. Everybody is going to have access to everything. This is America. So let's stop the BS. I hate living in a world where you don't act like bad things happen. And bad things are always going to happen. They always have happened. Kids are going to have access to it. I personally believe that the citizens of Virginia, as many times been in Virginia Beach, Mechanicsville, Norfolk, Newport News, Arlington, Alexandria, Manassas, Chantilly, all parts of Virginia, Massanutten, the Shenandoah Valley, Luray Caverns, Indian Acres, that these people are going to have more moral integrity than to keep this stuff away from kids and take better personal care of the plants than you cash grab. I gotta have these plants out in 8 weeks because of time and running a business. People will. So I definitely think this is a disingenuous argument. You're basically saying that the 1,000 employees that you're going to hire are going to have more care in their heart than the 20 people who will be growing weed and selling it to people under 21. I think that's a bold statement. It'd be different if you knew the people, but you're just throwing darts in the dark. Making a straw man argument, I guess that's what that is. A hypothetical. According to the nothing. Okay, yeah, so basically the governor's not going for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm tired of reading on non-information. No. Thank you. My fault. I hit the wrong button. I couldn't think in my head what was the one button I could have pressed, so I had to manually do this, and I freaked out. That was okay. That was interesting. I hope I'm interpreting that correctly. I definitely think the governor is on our side, and he sees this wolf in sheep's clothing. Because basically, once you open that Pandora's box of allowing them to sell cannabis in there, it's not like the stores are going to go away. So don't start now, won't be none. And that leaves everything on the people themselves. Not everybody's going to grow. That cuts down on the access to it. For the few people that do grow, you're allowing them to flourish, and that will cut down on overall crime. At least there's a market for the streets to get. It's a darker web than that, as far as I'm concerned. Like, pretty much selling weed keeps everything safe. If you get rid of weed now, they gotta sell heroin and pills and cocaine and stuff, and that's where you start murdering people at that point. Weed is still somewhat civil. So I'm glad he's allowing that market to kind of thrive. So that's just me. I hope I'm interpreting that correctly. That's how I feel about the Virginia governor. I think he's doing everybody a solid, to be quite honest. Did we do the perpetual growth part? No, we didn't. I mean the pheno hunting part. Did I even say we was going to do that? Or was that next week? I don't know what I promised this week on the thumbnail. My bad. Let me check something real quick. Because I'm about to end it on a good note. I just want to make sure I ain't BS and do something I wasn't supposed to do. I'm going to be mad at myself. Like the last couple weeks, I have been somewhat off the rails. Yeah, see, okay, we did do the Cannabis farm. We did. We saw the Autoflower stuff. So, yeah, the sun versus the light. Oh, yeah, we've been at this for like 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it on a good note. Even though these people flagged me last week, actually, we watched the grandma smoking for the first time. And this week I had planned to watch former cops smoking for the first time. But I got a copyright strike. Not a copyright strike, I'm sorry, not a strike. Copyright claim. And what happens with that, if you got monetized, they basically can claim the revenue because you're using their stuff. No matter how short that it is. That you know, it's even 10 seconds, they gonna claim your whole 3-hour video or 4-hour live stream. 3-minute video or 4-hour live stream, that's what I'm trying to say. And so that kind of pissed me off. So what I've been trying to do, and I hope it's worked out, they've been trying to use AI to take the background music out or words out of different videos so you can still keep your vocals in there and keep the video going. And I hope that has been working out. I haven't actually stayed to watch the rest of it. I still got this up there. Wow. I don't know what that is. I don't know. It says broadcast, which is something I haven't seen in a while. I hope that's not the... No, that's not the speech that we just saw. From, what's the dude's name? Nick from Rooted League. It wasn't that one. Okay. Well, cool. This has got to be it. I've been all over the place. Thank you. Okay. Finally found the video. I've had to forever for that. So yeah, you gotta try and keep these to 2 hours. I was having such a good time. We were just talking and chatting it up. I missed the Dr. Bruce Bigby Bugsby thing. Talk on your light versus the sun. And I'm kinda interested to hear about it myself. So I guess I'm gonna continue that. So what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do, thank you, Stefan. Okay. I was wondering, because I know I can be a little jaded and a little harsh at times, but I just was at least hoping that was the way the governor was interpreting things. But we're gonna go into end it on a good note. I had a great time. We're almost at body count number 3. Should I add this to your body count? That was Bad Boys. I originally got the body count from Natural Born Killers, and I cannot find that clip anywhere. Where Robert Downey Jr. is like the reporter for Natural Born Killers, and he keeps talking about the body count. 4 sheriffs, 3 state troopers, 7. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it on a good note. And enjoy ourselves. Oh, too much music. Oh, no. This one's trippy too. Okay.
Hello, guys.
No problem.
Hi. The last time I smoked was in probably 1968 when I was in college.
First time I smoked, I was 14 years old. I got caught the first time I smoked, so that kind of put the kibosh on that for a while.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm not satisfied with that at all. I'm definitely not satisfied with that at all. That's a little too staggering. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand what happened. But we are going to... Okay, got you. I think I know what happened. We didn't do the trivia challenge either, I'm seeing right now. That's how we're going to end it. Yeah, we'll end it with the challenge. There we go. That should be fun. I wanted to end on a good note. I wanted everybody to be happy. I was going to tell a story, but instead of boring you on my dumb life, I'd much rather you join me in the little adventure here and see how we do on this marijuana trivia challenge from Dank Buds. Yeah, let's start it. Oh no. Nope. I thought I got set up. That was an ad, baby. Oh shoot, that's what I get for messing around. Excuse me. Okay, hold on. Am I missing something? I got the wrong article? Cause what am I trying to say? Ah, here we go. Cannabis connoisseur in the corner right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take the trivia. Huh? You start this bad boy up, baby. And I just noticed also there's no tunes. There we go. Much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this trivia going. Yeah, now I feel a little more motivated. Take the quiz. What year is the primary psychoactive compound of cannabis, THC, discovered? $1905. I'm going with. What do y'all think? Yeah, I think it's 1905 is when they figure out it's actually THC. My next one is 1865, but I think a lot was going on. All right. Uh, 1964. Okay. The Nixon figure out thingy. Okay. In 1964, two Israel scientists, Gioni and Micholium, created a detailed outline of the structure of THC. More research into how the various compounds in THC interact with the human body was kicked off with this discovery. Okay, so 64. Interesting.